crack it open. Boom! Did I do it correctly? Boom! How's it going, guys? Did I do it correctly? Let me see. Where has the... Ah, yes. Yes, I think so. Look at that. It's all flickering, the whole thing.
It's not?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It is flickering, flickering. How's it going, guys? I don't know why. Analytica. Every time there's a comment, I believe it's going to flicker.
Flicker, flicker.
Yes.
Every time there's a comment. Oh my god.
Welcome, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. Sorry we're a little bit late. I don't understand what's wrong with the... I'm going to blame Cambridge Analytica for basically making it dodgy. OBS basically means that I have to basically turn off acceleration mode on Chrome. Otherwise it appears as a black screen. And then when I turn it off, normally it's semi-okay, but now it's just being quite dodgy. Yeah, the chat is flickering as a lot, and I'm not sure what we want to do about that. Do we just want to bowl that off or not?
The chat. Well, how can we do the who dat?
That's true. That's true. Yeah, it's annoying. Why is that? You don't have any of that on yours, right? No, you don't. No, you wouldn't have it on yours.
I'm viewing your
yeah,
screen.
settings. It's all dodgy for.
Any IT guys in the stream?
Yeah, anyone
right
know
now?
about why that is?
Anyone can help us out here? Why is the comment flickering?
Yeah, something to do with OBS not letting me see browser view and without having hardware acceleration on, and for some reason it's going batshit crazy. I don't know why.
Turn it off until who dat. Would it really make a difference? Would it when it comes on? If Jake says delay who dat a week, can do. We've done it before. We've delayed who dat.
We have done that before.
We've done that before. Yeah. Hit F4.
That's turning it all off. Try in Firefox. I don't think you can even do it in Firefox. I mean, like... Alright, Chocks. Alright, first of all, let me just welcome everybody to Friday Q&A with Chocks A, number 67. Today is the 20th of April, 2018. Good morning, America. Good afternoon, EU. Very good evening to Asia. And a very, very, very good evening to Australia.
Pop, pop, pop.
Are you in the air, or is it...
Man's
more...
not hot.
I'll tell you, I'm fucking hot, mate. I'm bloody hot.
Man's not hot.
In the meantime, hi, Michael. No, it's not. Oh, is it because I got like a massive...
Michael Lai from New Zealand. He's in New Zealand. New Zealand.
I thought he was in Australia.
He's on a holiday.
Oh, he really is in Australia,
Yeah.
in New Zealand. All right, Chocks, do you have a quick chat? Let me see if I can do something in Firefox, see if it makes any difference. I'm going
Guys,
to...
what should we talk about whilst Alex is trying to be IT tonight?
Yeah, because we've only got 3 IT guys. Yeah, I'm the one doing this. Is my Firefox...
Hey, Stefan from Europe.
Is it up to date?
Hey, Dylan.
Settings... Is this like...
Hey, Bobney. Hey, Rachel. Hey, Hobie.
Is this even the right...
Hey, Kurt. That's right. Last chance weekend for... What is it? What's the last chance weekend for? Crash Resin. Crash Bandicoot. Ooh, Red Bull ice cream. I could do with one of those. No secrets here, Chris. Guts numbers? We'll touch on Guts a little bit later on.
For sure.
For sure. Open the vote.
God, it's so annoying, isn't it? The flicker. You can see it on your side is alright, but
Yeah, well, it's flickering, but I'm not actually looking at the flickering side. It's like playing Pac-Man, right? The level like 256, we get to the kill screen. Is that right, guys?
I'll move this over here. Okay, so that's fine on there, but will it be registered in...
See, could this be a sign, this kill screen? Could it be the next Pac-Man review? It's a sign, guys. We should do more Pac-Mans, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Alex Petula, judging from this start, Dylan, we may be in for 4 hours. Oh my god, 4 hours.
Isn't that standard affair now? It's sort of like the whole thing started as a half an hour update, right?
Yeah. Half an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours.
Okay.
Maybe it's Midna's doing. Matt Watkins.
Maybe this can work. Oh, can you see me doing this in real time?
Yeah, I'm seeing you do. Ooh.
See me doing this in real time?
Yeah, see you do. I can see like the guys can see two. What do you call it? Comments. Ooh.
Okay, that's cool. Do that. Then
Yeah.
I'm gonna bob off the original Facebook comments. Boom. Make that a little bit bigger.
Is it because there's two? That's why it's flickering.
No, it's not because of that. And now I need to redo the done in Firefox, which is quite cool.
Firefox. Tristan Tisdale says, "I told you, Firefox."
Right, now I need to get the stream numbers up. Let me get that sorted out.
Maybe we should use that special browser.
Stream.
101, 103, 103. Oh my god, 101, 103.
What? Oh, boom.
I was like, what the hell? Why is everyone saying like these digits? That's soon. Right, guys, so that means we are going to choose randomly 3 winners
Why is it so
for the
res?
chance to win
I'm confusing
500
myself.
reward points. Alright.
I'm confusing myself.
David in the house. Where's David? Ah, there he is.
Holy shit, am I confusing
Mr. Bang,
myself?
Mr. Bang,
What am I
Born
doing?
Tracy. Huh? You're all over the place nowadays.
Yeah, collect or reject.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah, collect or reject, yo.
I saw what his answer was.
Yeah.
That didn't work very well. I think we'll just leave the flickering thingy up because it's kind of hassle.
What? Come on, IT.
Oh right,
Maybe I should get Lorenzo and Andres to jump on here
hold on.
and say.
Video capture mode.
Actually, not 3 ITs. It's 4 ITs if you look at it.
Window capture mode. Yeah,
right. Hey, Mark Johnston at work. Wish I could listen in. Alex, what's the next pre-order? You mean the pre-order after this one? What is Alex doing from Kurt Griswold? He's trying to fix the internet, fix Facebook, and that's his new venture right now. He's trying to fix Facebook. The other guy's quite busy right now in courts and stuff. So Alex is gonna sit in for the week, fixing the Facebook for you guys.
Stream numbers. Boom.
Are we done? Hold on.
Up high.
Are we done?
What is up, guys? Today is Friday Q&A with Chocks A number 67. Boom! I feel like deja vu.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. Well, I'm never going to use Chrome again. Done. That was quick OBS on the fly.
All right, Vincent. Have a good day at work. I know you're still listening, but have a good day anyway.
Hey, Christina. Thank you for not taking the day off work. I would have felt really bad for you. As I said, where is Jake? There he is. He's the one who's the rumor starter. I don't even know what's going on. Apparently, Midna's coming out today. That's not the case. If you've been following the Friday Q&As, I have told you time and time again that it is not today because Midna has only just come back to me with some comments from the big N. Now, there is a difference with the Nintendo stuff now. Before, what I used to do was I'd be like, oh, yeah. So can we go live with something? And we did that, and that's how we kind of mainly do stuff. Yeah. But what's happened, and what we normally do is subsequently we send.
This camera looks really blurry nowadays.
What?
Is it us? Like, why does it look really blurry? You think?
I think it'll probably help.
You're gonna scratch that lens.
It's probably already scratched. John, time for a new one.
Yeah, sorry.
Can you ask Richard Melbourne how he gets his so clean?
Yeah.
Is he using a?
What camera are you guys using? Why?
He's probably using what we were doing, the Olympus, but.
Oh, that might burn out the camera though.
Burn out the camera, but we like bob that off. Set that up.
Right.
So, yeah. Whereas, yeah. So hashtag blame Jake. As you guys know, that what happens is we go live. Not always do we. We very rarely send the prototype because we can just get it ready ourselves to the licensor. We usually do that in between taking the pre-orders, Chocks, and going into pre-order. So going into production. We then send the prototype to the licensor, who may or may not come with sometimes very minimal changes. Sometimes there aren't. Yeah, and sometimes they take but usually it's sort of okay. Yeah, we'll do them on the way, and we'll make those changes, accordingly. Now, with the Big N, there was 2 times that, and it used to work like that before, and it used to be okay, but there was 2 times that actually bit us in the butt, and that was, of course, Majora's Mask asking for a complete redo, plus the Varia suit, which was a bit of both in terms of challenges of adding those extra lights. Of course, you guys remember what happened from the first one and the second one. There was a long time delay, but we significantly updated it. But one sentence from the Big N, which is add lights there, we're like, holy shit, how are we going to do that? And that involves a lot of time. So, of course, that delayed things. We're finally out of that. But what it has done is made me a little bit Big N shy, in the sense that I want to have something approved before we go and pre-order something. So the big Bowser was approved before we went to pre-order. The Midna was sent and came back with comments, of which we are now making those changes. Now, once we make those changes, when we go into pre-order, we have the confidence that we can go in through a schedule, which is pre-order, boom, boom, boom. And I don't know if you notice it, but I think we're getting kind of better into the rhythm of going quicker into production. Chocks, one of the things I would have launched, shown people that we're working on, of course, is Snake. Production has now started, right? So I kind of feel like we're getting a little bit better into the rhythm, just a little bit better. And from there, that would lead to, and of course, we have backlog to get through, Chocks, but at least sort of going towards it. So Midna was never coming up today. And in fact, today's not even a reservation Friday. So I don't even know what's going on, Chocks.
Has anyone taken a sickie today? Anyone here? Anyone here to take a day off work just to I'm feeling a bit sick today.
What was Kurt's banjo question?
What?
I don't know. He said you missed it.
I've skipped his comment.
That
means
see it.
He is next. I didn't skip anything.
Indeedy. How are you guys doing today? How's your week been? Did you have a good week? We've had a quite a busy week over here.
Yeah, it's gone really quick though.
It's gone very, very quickly.
It's gone super quick. I don't know why.
Nice one, Denise. Thanks for coming back a little bit earlier. Nice one, Jesse. We'll be probably here when you have your break.
I did. Now I gotta go in.
Nice one, Larissa. Watching your work and hope I don't get interrupted. Where do you guys work? Let us know in the comments. Those that are at work, how do you manage to do this on the sly? And
on the sly.
Yeah, what I mean is, like, if you're working,
yeah,
how can you listen to the stream? Are you listening on your phones with earphones in, and obviously not looking at the screen, or are you?
Do you have like your mobile? You have mobile on the side.
On the side, and
on
then
the side, yeah.
Yeah. And do any of your co-workers go, what is it that you keep watching every Friday morning if you're at...
Why you keep bouncing up and down on the chair or something? Why you keep saying 1, 2, 3,
I'm in
4?
Spain, coming to the beach. Nice one, Tylee, mate. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. By phone and headphoned. Nice. Put my phone and on the side. Earbuds. Work in a public library. Oh, nice. And I'm the only employee. So where someone's like, excuse me, miss, can you tell me where the children's adult novel, young adult section is? Like, get off. Get out of here. Nice one, Ramon.
Jesse. he has to buy wireless headphones.
I appreciate it, Alex Petulia. No wonder you were a bit worried about the 4 hours. Dead Space Ghost. Dead Ghost Night. That's what it was. Dead Ghost Night. Collectioneer. Why? See, Chocks, why can't people just be a bit more consistent?
Yeah.
That's why I didn't like
all these different names. On
that's
different
why
platforms.
it was so difficult on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. I was like, right, I've just learned everyone's Facebook. Now I've got to connect everybody up with YouTube. Then I got to connect everybody up with, you know, Statue Forum. What do you want in my life?
Hey, Richard Melbourne.
Where is Richard Melbourne? Yo, Richard Melbourne. Can I ask you? Obviously, I've been watching your obviously most recent CV show.
Yeah.
Also, I really like your Collector Reject. If you haven't seen that, guys, you want to go check that out. Collectorverse has got this really cool new, and it's a very self-sustaining show where for about 5 minutes, some guys will see the latest pre-order and they will ask the guys, will you collect it or collect or reject it? And I could see what he was previously saying was when they were doing the bigger sort of hour-long shows, it was, how can you sustain it? Do you run out of topics? And he was saying he was beginning to run out of topics.
Yeah, it was run out of topics.
And that's why you're sort of having to ask people sort of just to show, you know, say things in the community and then answer those. Which is exactly the reason why we can sit here for 3 hours or 4 hours, never having prepared absolutely zero, and just go through the comments and just go, right, answer. Then, so therefore we don't have to worry about what do we do this week. What I have a question for you, Richard. What is it, the camera that you're using that makes it so sharp for your streams? Now, I'm going to assume it's something like a professional, I mean, like a, I don't know, like a Macro 3.4s or something like that, where it's like an Olympus rather than a webcam that you set up as your webcam and you feed that in through OBS. Is that correct? Hey, Bang. You may, you know, CV does what CV wants to do, but that would be interesting. Ivan says, I watch him with headphones on, and then when the boss comes around, he puts it away. Are you serious? That's your iPhone X? Well, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense because it's just the same as what we were doing, as in we were using the, you know,
for a while. Didn't
we were using a thingy bot. But hold on, we tried to use your phone.
Yeah. We
tried to use your phone to try and do it. It came out really naff.
Mine's not an iPhone X.
I know, but it still was like better than like your camera's better than it was bringing you into. I don't know. I have to see. Hey Brianna, yes, I am streaming with OBS 21.0.1, 64-bit. I know you like the details. What's going on, Maurizio? Hey, 3 p.m. in the house. What is up, Liam? When is LCW? Oh, you know what? My new card came today. My new card, nice one. I appreciate that, Liam.
And Guts.
And Guts, I appreciate that. So in fact,
tonight
I am going to open it up now. There's no reason why I can't open it now. And what I will say, Liam,
is get your Guts order in now.
I see you on Statue Forum, and I hope you get your thing sorted out, if you know what I mean.
Eh? What?
He knows what I mean.
Yeah.
That's still like jerking as well over here. Let me go to here.
Right, guys, so just a quick reminder. So Guts pre-order is still opening right now. Okay, so Alex, are you going to do that right now?
Yeah.
And Alex is going to open the last chance weekend for Crash Bandicoot, the resin. All right, so that's the, that's going to be open until Monday. Okay, so make sure you get your orders.
All of your Mondays, meaning our Tuesday evening, because we made that mistake last time with Alucard, where there was a guy from Panama who was about to place the order, and then his Monday was we turned it off Tuesday morning our time.
Something like that, yeah.
And
is he really pissed off?
Well, he wasn't pissed. Well, basically he couldn't get it because he wanted to get on the payment plan. Is the problem?
Yeah. So yes, Monday for Crash Resin Bandicoot.
Let's always have a reference point.
And then after that, it'll be waitlist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, I don't know. Severy. If you want amazing video quality, you should get a HDMI capture card and use a decent camcorder with HDMI out.
Yeah, that's what we used to do.
Something like a GoPro.
Yeah, no, we did that.
Yeah,
we
did
had
that in early, yeah.
that stupid thing that kept crashing
That
on
capture
my ass.
card.
That stupid bloody thing. What was it? It wasn't an Elgato. It was the other one.
It wasn't an Elgato. It was
But then I did
before
get an
that.
Elgato, which was supposed to be the HD 60, which I never even used. Remember, we got it from Amazon. Have we used it once with the projector? Got the projector and the and that thing at the same time. Do you remember?
No. I know. I remember we got it at the same time. But I don't think we used.
No, we haven't used it
we haven't
once.
used
What was?
it. No, we tried. We had that.
What was that stupid other one?
That selector.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, that bloody bullshit.
That
as well.
button thing.
Jeffrey. Never. What was that other one called?
It was some graphics card brand or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey Nikki. Hey Chris.
I don't remember what it is.
We are fine. How are you? Hey Lucia, you just made it home. We haven't reviewed anything, or should we be reviewing anything?
People need to let me know what's going on because they seem to know more than we do, Chocks.
Hmm.
According to the club, we should be doing something today. Have you prepared anything?
I've only prepared my Red Bull.
Oh, well, that's enough, isn't it? Where the hell is it?
We've got an Elgato, Brianna. We should like use that and stream some gaming instead.
Yeah. God, where the hell is it?
Dylan, have any more info on future releases or what you
inventory.
wanting to release? Sure,
Infantry.
in the future.
Okay, I believe it should be open now. Let me see.
Hey Scott, hey Haley, hey Tommy. Tristan, do you guys
Yeah, it's
like the
open.
Pop-Tarts? Grab some from the import store today, so good. Pop-Tarts. Pop-Tarts was a craze back then until something happened like with like health, no, not health, like safety reasons. Like people keep getting burnt as they come out from the toaster. Everyone's like, oh, getting themselves burnt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hey Dean, yes, we did look into the Crash PVCs. Thanks for the links. There will be some
Morning, Chisholm.
slapping.
Hey, Mark. Andre Conker's coming on really nicely. He's at the paint stage. Nice one, Richard. Hey, Richard, you still coming out Vegas way? We haven't organised that meeting, yo. What's the other one? If it's not Elgato, what's the other one? It's really going to annoy me.
It's that crappy brand.
Yeah, I know. Stream... What is it? Capture cards.
So
capture cards.
can the guys place their order for their Crash?
Yeah, yeah.
right
So
now?
you can do that now. Yeah.
Hey guys, place your order for Crash. Hello, Lias.
Ava Media, but it's called something. It's called like Gamer Extreme. What was it? Something like that.
Ava Media, yeah.
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 Meh. That's the one I got.
Yeah.
That's the one we got.
I think they got a new model now.
I'm sure. Well, we'll get that. We'll get that 4K. We're talking about trying to get that 4K camera.
Nice one,
Much
Denise.
appreciated, Denise. All right. Cool. Did Richard reply to me?
No, I don't think
Okay.
it did.
All right. Let us do the notices. We can review.
Yeah, we've done the notices
All right,
already.
sweet.
So there you go, guys. Guts pre-order still
Week
going.
in review has been a little bit, on a personal side of things, has been a little bit taking me out for a bit. The reason is, unfortunately, Kanako's grandfather has passed away this weekend. This week, I should say. I believe it was Tuesday.
Oh, sorry, Rich just bumped in there.
Unlucky. All right, Richard. Well, I'll have a steak on you, and I'll send you the bill. No, sorry. Unfortunately, Kanako's grandfather passed away, but let's be clear about something. He passed away on Tuesday. Kanako was like, "Laters, I'm on the next flight to Japan." It's like, okay, I appreciate that, and she came back literally about half an hour ago. But he had a really good innings, 95. Can we, just think about that? That's a good innings right there. And
Has he ever watched? one of our shows.
Well, I'm pretty sure, Chocks. I'm pretty sure. The last thing he said was, "I'm gonna miss the Q&A 67." But my Japanese is not quite that good. At least that's what I think. But my Japanese, because it was in Japanese, and my Japanese isn't too good. It's a bit rusty. It could have also said, "Oh, my youngest granddaughter's got the best husband ever in the world." It could have said that as well, but I'm not. It sounded quite similar between that or. I'm quite sure. Kanako will have to translate for me a little bit later on what that was. That is if she's still talking to me.
She's not on the stream just yet.
Right, okay. Nice one, Kurt. 99. 99 problems. But the 100 ain't one. But, you know, 95, what an innings. I would be chuffed if I could get, high 80s, Chocks, to be honest with you.
Of course. Who doesn't want to live for a long life, right?
Yeah. I'd be chuffed to forget that. But no, he had a good. Yeah, he was there up there, which is good. Look, unfortunately, all mine. They said laters, yo. I was like, all right, laters.
What?
All my grandparents were like, laters, yo.
Right, okay.
I was like, all right, chill, all right, cheers, mate. I'll see you around. Yeah.
See you around.
Have all yours said laters, or?
Which ones?
All your grandparents.
No, grandparents. No, still have 2.
You still got 2, yeah?
Yeah.
Half? It's alright, isn't it?
Half of it, yeah. 2 out of 4.
Yeah. Look, Angel, look, I appreciate that. Thank you very much for that. But, he had a great innings. So I'm really, of course, I didn't have much interaction with him. Of course, it was Kanako's grandfather, but
a chill.
Yeah, but it was like, and you know what was really amazing was that
you slept through
Kanako's sister was there at the time. Like, at the time. Which was great that he was with family, but also it was kind of a little bit unexpected. I mean, it wasn't like in a hospital and he was there for long times and it was deteriorating over time. Yeah. It was literally quite.
Right, I'm off. See you later, guys.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Alright. I've done all 66 episodes of Chocks Q&A and I'm off.
Well, I did show him midnight. He was like, all right, I'm happy. All right. Let's keep it cool. Let's keep it real. It's all love. It's all good. So that's a little bit, and of course, as a result, I've gone home a little bit earlier. When the kids come back from school, I'm there to pick them up, get up a little bit earlier, etc., just to sort of deal with that when Kanako's left. So there's that. But in terms of work stuff, what have we been doing? It's been quite an active week for what we would consider a down week, if that means in between orders, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about that Kingdom Hearts. Can we talk a little bit about that Disney poll? I went to the factory on Tuesday, and that's when I'd had a bit of conversation with Disney about Kingdom Hearts in the past. And it was pretty much saying that, look, if you want Kingdom Hearts, it needs to be part of a package. And the question is, well, what would that package be? That was the time I asked about 6 months ago. And then I fast forwarded to the weekend, and I was like, hey, I'm going to be in Vegas. Do you have time to meet or whatever it would be? And I said, P.S., how about that KH, yo? And they went, okay, we're not going to be in Vegas, but, the KH is... it's still the same situation. If you want it, it needs to be part of a comprehensive plan and a bit of and it's got to be and the licensor is it's got to be part of that initiative. So that's where we're at, guys. And in terms of that poll that I put out for you, I've never seen something smash past 1K so quickly. That was a day, 24 hours. Hashtag where are the Ica fans. That was within a day, and now it's 1.3. It is absolutely stunning. And I have to ask myself, of course, Kingdom Hearts is something that everyone's been asking for. It's clear by what people have been saying by the voting, right, Chocks? Now, I understand, you understand, we all understand that that's fantastic. But my concern is having to do other things that is not quite game related, if that makes sense, in order to get what is almost like the holy grail, if that makes sense, right? And there's two reasons for my hesitation. The first one is, Chocks, as I just mentioned, a lot of those are not really game related, right? Mm-hmm. The other thing is, do we have the resources to all of a sudden try to go for one license, but actually have to get 5 licenses, if that makes sense, to be part of, and 4 of them are not even game related, as an example, just to get the Kingdom Hearts. It's a really, really tough one for me. I'd love to hear your thoughts, i.e. streamers. I would like to hear your thoughts, Chocks. What are your thoughts on that as well, in terms of how much do you almost, like, you want the good, the creme de la creme. Obviously it's Kingdom Hearts. Everyone really wants that, by the way they're voting. How much do you kind of do to get it? Like, it's not like, oh, just get Kingdom Hearts and you just get that. If the requirement is to get other things as well, how do you feel about having to do that? And do you think that people would want us to do that? And how does it feel?
It's like saying you found the love of your life, you married the girl,
and here's all our relationships.
And you're stuck with her parents.
Yeah, right. I was like, all our relations. I mean, like, like, have you seen that? Have you seen that? Little Britain.
Little Britain.
Yeah. Mr. Dudley and Ding Dong Macadang Dang.
How does it go?
Like, hello, Mr. Dudley. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, I come in now. Yeah, he's like a mail order bride, right? Yeah. I come in now, and oh yeah, I come in, and then this is my family. And it's like, they come England too, yeah?
Yeah.
And they say, oh no, Ding Dong Macadang, no.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, but Mr. Dudley, please. And then she like does some sexual favor for him. It's like, oh, okay, maybe just a little bit. Little Britain for you. It's totally not me. It's just Little Britain. But
do you guys remember back in the day Disney had their own development studio, Disney Interactive, and they released those games on the Mega Drive and the Super NES. The stuff like Aladdin and Lion King. I mean, that's games related, but the thing is, like, that's a long time ago. If I'm not sure what this Disney initiative package is, but sometimes licensors would want to concentrate on new things.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I mean, but I also look at these, and people are saying, I'm loving what people's coming up with. They're coming up with their opinions, and they're saying it's like, Disney is for an audience of people that aren't in the club, and I totally agree with that, right? Right. But it's also like, what, we could do justice to it. I could see what we do with Sonic's, that kind of line, and let's say you're gonna do a Mickey Mouse like that, in that sort of size, that sort of scale, a Daffy Duck, a Goofy, all that sort of stuff. That's our kind of bread and butter, to be honest with you. We do that day in, day out. So could we do it and do it justice? The answer is yes. Do we want to be diverting into this? Is another conversation. Because it's almost like a delusion of the original plan, which was video games. Mm-hmm. Video games plus anime, video games plus anime, video games plus anime. That was all of a sudden, it's like video games, anime, and then
cartoon.
And then all of a sudden everybody be like, yo, what's going on, Avatar? Hit me up when it's 7:50.
Yeah.
As an example, it could be a slippery slope, and whilst I'm not adverse to doing that, I'm still feel we're in the infancy with anime. I also am concerned about the fact that John said to us we had 45 licenses. And we don't have the ability to do them all justice. And if all of a sudden you try and give space for Kingdom Hearts, but it's Kingdom Hearts is Kingdom Hearts plus 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, the answer is I don't know how many extras it is. Is it plus 1? If it's like Kingdom Hearts plus 1, you're like, yeah, right. If it's Kingdom Hearts 1 but plus 2 extra, you're like, okay. Oh no, it's Kingdom Hearts plus 3, plus 4, plus 5. I mean, at what point do you go, Kingdom Hearts plus 20? You're like, oh shit, that's too many.
Out, right?
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm just trying to see what is that sort of thing.
Like,
if you can get exclusivity, they do not exist, mate. How big potatoes do you want to get them? Mate, I would like to go from micro potatoes where we are to small potatoes. Actually, we are small. We're still small potatoes, yeah. No, we are small potatoes. We went from micro to small already, or are we still on micro?
in between that.
No, we're in between micro and small. So Ian's asking if we want to become like how big do we want to get? Or what big potatoes? I think.
How big can a
mate?
potato
We're just
go?
we're trying to get to we're trying to get past fingerling. To be honest with you, no baby potatoes are at the moment, right?
Spuds, little spuds.
You know, so the question is, do you go for, you know, so Kurt says Kingdom Hearts +4. Now here's the thing, you know, do you say Kingdom Hearts +4 and the 4 is like say a Disney, you know, is Goofy or it's like or Donald, but you'd be almost like, but they're already in Kingdom Hearts. Would it therefore have to be something completely different? Like, I mean, here's an example. What happens if Kingdom Hearts already allows you to do all of those staples that we just talked about? The Donald, the Duff, the Donalds, the Goofies, the Mickeys, and all that sort of stuff. It really allows you to do them in those skins of Kingdom Hearts. Essentially, it's the same thing, right? As an example, because you can have an OG version of them, right? Or relatively similar. And the ones that they want us to do is something completely different, and it's going to be something like, oh, it's got to be something from Pixar, or it's got to be something from Frozen, or it's got to be something, Elizabeth would like, my daughter would go mental if I did that, but,
Yeah.
but it's got to be something that's not the kind of what we're talking about now, the Goofies, the Donalds, which would be, I think, a great addition to our lines, because the sort of, the sort of stylings that we do with the Sonic line, right? So if it's something completely different, like, you got to do Tron, or you got to do Marvel, as an example. I mean, that, I'm like, oh my god, I'm kind of having to do Marvel to do Kingdom Hearts. I don't know is the answer. There is no answer to this. It was just, it has to be more of a part of a comprehensive line, and et cetera, et cetera. But at what point does, it's like,
F4F could eventually, could potentially be known as, F4 Disney.
well, yeah. But,
it happens to some other companies out
right,
there.
Right. Kingdom Hearts is the Kingdom Hearts character, but Disney characters and Square characters would be different. Look, Alex, I know you know all about that, and I'm very familiar with what, they've done. I don't doubt that as well. It's not really about that. I know that we could do it justice, as in in terms of us making something, of course that's fine. I'm just now asking is just how left field it needs to be. How unrelated would it be? I don't know is the answer. Hey Colin, you might be interested. I actually did a lot of work for that sort of stuff for the Hanna-Barbera license. When I used to work with Jazzwares, I made them a couple of 6-packs that had a lot of Hanna-Barbera characters in them. The Jetsons, the Flintstones. Did I do anything else? I think it was many of those two. Did you know that, Chocks? I made like the Flintstones.
Yeah, you told me that once.
And the Jetsons. Yeah. So Nana says things is, well, it's hard for you to say that, Nana say, without knowing exactly what's happening behind the scenes, but that's for sure a concern for me as well, about potentially too thin. But the question is, if it's Kingdom Hearts +1, okay, that's handable. That's doable. If it's Kingdom Hearts +2, okay. I start getting a little bit like, when it's 3, 4, 5, I'm like, nah. So it's just an interesting conversation. What an interesting week. And I thought, you know what, if they really are asking to do this, I'm like, well, what this is something I really need to ask the club. There you go. Troy, we never give out, who knows if there's any news. In terms of, I certainly don't have any news, but if someone's asking me some questions, who knows what comes out of that. Yeah, Jake, as I said, who knows? Or you say, do come back for a year or two for Kingdom Hearts. Well, you do know it takes at least a year to start developing all this stuff and getting it up to pre-order, as you will have, as you could probably guess. So if I was to get it now,
But the third,
it will be at least a year in advance.
When's the third game out, guys?
No idea, Mr. Windish. Have to sort of see. Hey, Liam. Phoenix Wright has not been cancelled. So, let's continue with the conversation. What else did we do this week? I went to China, as I said. I went to see Artorias ST. That has now been approved by me, just like the packaging process. And I just wanted to sort of address what I saw in the club today about some of these factory rejects or factory fakes or whatever they may be for some of the crashes out there and some of the Breath of the Wilds I've seen out there. Well, look, it's been brought to my attention. I sort of semi saw them before, but we're going to do a couple of things just to make sure what's going on. The factory is now under no uncertain terms that I've just basically dropped a shit ton of, you know, I've just gone a bit, how should I say, my polite style went batshit crazy about seeing this, and I told them, we have QC. I asked them, how do you dispose of your factory rejects? Oh, we break them. Okay, you break them. Okay, but you do know you can't break PVC. You can break the joints maybe, but the way that we mold it is like the joints are already hidden in an, like, so you broke his hand off. Okay, I can just super glue his hand back on. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Oh, I broke him off the base. Yeah, whatever, mate. You just super glue that. What does I broke it mean? Then, when you say you broke it, where did you dispose of it? Oh, I put it in the bin outside.
He's probably telling the truth.
Right, you know, and I'm just thinking, dude, your definition of breaking it is really easy for someone to just go and go, oh, this is where they normally dump their shit. Oh, I'll find a hand here, put it together, boom, 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 sell that shit on eBay or wherever it needs to be. Another question is, how do they get the packaging? You know, do they scan it and remake it? I don't know. Probably not. They probably find it from rejected piles. One other thing that is a little bit more concerning is, do they get the molds, give it, so this is the factory, right? Give it to another factory that's like a sister factory of them, and who's like the dodgy factory, right? They then make it themselves, all themselves, subparly, because they don't care, just sort of making it, and then when we go back to the factory, like, oh, we need to make another run or whatever, they quick, give us back the molds. Is that a case? So I've laid it down to them. I go, look, motherfucker. I said, yes, I'd like to have this conversation with you. Motherfucker, you know, this better not be happening. So I've just said, our QC is going to be on your ass every single day. The next time that you have factory rejects for Artorias, you show our QC how you're disposing of them on their ass. You show me every day. I want the QC person to go and walk past the molds of Artorias, walk past the molds of Crash, and walk past the molds of Breath of the Wild to make sure they're still there. They've not gone somewhere else. If these three things are done, disposal, making sure the molds are there, and how they're breaking it. If these three things are done, let's see if that has an impact on reducing this sort of things. This is the sort of stuff behind the scenes, a bit of transparency to show you what we have to deal with. What?
153.
Damn! That rumours of, we should bloody stay rumours of Midna everybody week.
Yeah. 4 winners for the chance to win.
Nice.
500 reward
I like
points.
it. I like it, like it, like it. All right. Next. Resin or PVC. Now, this was a poll, Chocks, that I think led to a lot of confusion. Let me have a...
some really good, interesting topics this week.
It was actually... I said, and for God's sake, the engagement poll doesn't even work anymore. I can't even see it, you know, for the Facebook tool. Thanks, Cambridge Analytica.
Well, we will always have one active member, though.
Yeah. Who was it? Was it you?
Ain't me. Some spy, innit?
How do you know they aren't making 110%? You know, you don't know, is the truth of the matter. And again, it's like, how do they... If you make 110%, but those sort of factory reject ones are quite, quite substandard. But maybe they know that they don't need to make it better because they want to make it fixed. The answer is, for the first time ever, because we're doing more and more PVC stuff, we're having a permanent QC person there all the time. So all I can say to that is, as long as we make sure the molds are still there, Look, the answer is, we only do what we are, but small guys, and we try our best. But you know, counterfeits in China has always been a problem, and we're just gonna try and, you know, I put it on the table with the guys, with the factory, with our QC team to say, on no uncertain terms, let's follow what I've just set out. Does that reduce what happens? You tell me. All right, so oh my god, it's already been an hour. Right, can we? I'm gonna bowl through this really quickly. We'll come back to the resin and PVC in a bit. Vegas, NC Soft should have a meeting. All right, Truth or Midna, what's fake?
You told them, guys, it ain't true for
Oh, right, yeah. Okay.
Show me your sad face.
Oh, yeah, show me your sad face. Yeah, well, I mean, I never even said it was true for Midna. What I did say was Guts was the first pre-order that we actually got out. That was from Rallying the Fans. Midna was the OG one that ever made us go, I was never going to make Midna. And then was like, I keep making true for Midna. I keep getting emails as well. Oh, yeah, Midna. I know she's had like literally 2 seconds of screen time. I said, you promise? You promise your buyer? But yeah, that was a definite another example. But of course, she was supposed to go for pre-order a long time ago.
Yeah. A
long time ago. Finally, she's at that stage where in a couple of months, which for me is like around the corner now, you know, it'd be nice to do it after come back from Vegas. Boom. There you go. Well, Addy perks for the next PO. You know, the Addies may or may not have seen it. Well, they've seen it. Indeed, what's coming on. Okay, let's talk about Ica. Chocks. Over to you, because if I start talking about it, I'm going to start crying.
What about Ica? What do you want me to talk about?
About the week in review.
Oh, yeah? Ica, yeah? The poll?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, guys, I mean, I made a poll, obviously, about Ica. I'm sure all 501 of you guys came in there and voted for that.
Is that right?
I've been trying to push that stuff up.
I know, I know.
How about now? I'm trying to help you guys.
How about now?
Yeah. But, yeah.
Cash me out, how about
now? So, yeah. I mean, I've seen some guys create some new posts and trying to share that out. Yeah, so basically, there's 4 designs there. In the first comment, basically, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, etc. And then basically you can choose the base and what's on top of the base. And yeah, have we even tickled 100 on either of the poll? Yeah.
Let me see. My concern is all those guys that came to rally for Ica have just like left and then
and then people just kept giving out reasons why there's not many people on the poll. Some were like, oh, you know, there's not enough time, or you know, like people are not even active in the club. Oh, we heard all the reasons, but when you look at like somebody posts Kingdom Hearts and all of a sudden you get over 1,000 votes.
No, I know you can't compare them. I appreciate that,
but you can see people
but,
are looking at it.
But at least the 550
people
of Ica,
are looking at it, right?
Right, yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, you know, when I've done this before, when we put stuff out, and it's like, you know, it happened with Mugen. It happened with, you know, Saitama, maybe not Saitama, you know, it happened with Mugen, right? It happened with Jin, right? Oh, here's a little picture of Jin. Like 3 people reply to it or like it. And Matthew Smith, I think, was like, oh, look, I keep rallying for Jin and I appreciate that. 140 likes. I'm like, okay, but, you know, I don't know. I'll tell you what, Chocks, we have to really see what happens with Warp Star Kirby, and we have to see what happens with Zero. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's, I don't know. I would have thought something like quite relatively significant. I've done something on our side for Ica to try and push that and to give some feedback into that, but it's not really, it's a little bit muted. Which concerns me. Not gonna lie. All right, let's talk a little bit about that PVC. How much do you actually trust a Facebook poll? Well, it's all relative, Nana say. If you distrust every single Facebook poll by the same percentage, 10%, 15%, you apply the same logic against every single Facebook poll. So therefore, you can still compare polls to polls. Simple as that. You can still compare pole to pole because you're treating them both exactly the same because they're both Facebook poles. Look, Alex is saying, look, I think that the stuff in the club moves too fast, and I appreciate that as well, but also, no. Normally, if there's really support for it, it sort of breaks through. I don't know. Je ne sais pas. Right, let's talk a little bit about this PVC versus resin. Now, there was a lot of confusion with it, and I just wanted to be clear about the reason why I posted that and what exactly I was talking about. Because, Chocks, do you even know what I was talking about? Do you even know what I was talking about?
I'm trying to come at different angles.
Okay.
I knew what you were trying to do.
Okay, right.
Trying to express,
obviously, because we discussed it beforehand. Let me explain. I said to you with the concept of, hey, we want to do B-listers, but we can't do B-listers without the support of doing a resin. If we
explain,
I will explain that. Yeah, I will. We want to do, let's say, a B-lister and a small hitter, right? If we want to do that in PVC, we need to have the support of the by making a bigger resin to look at both revenue generated by these two projects and put them into one, and therefore overall means it's worth it. Now, what do I mean by that? See, I think there's a lot of confusion about what B-lister means. Now, B-lister does not mean those that didn't do well in TTs. That's totally not what I meant, because a B-lister, what I mean by those ones that didn't even get past the resin stage would never get made into a PVC, because a PVC, you need to be hitting at least 10,000 to sort of break even, and over that, then it starts becoming a decent project, right? So let's be clear about that. When I say a B-lister, I'm talking about to GameStop, to Best Buy, to Walmart, to EB Games, to Hot Topic, to these guys. If there is Zelda, that's an A-lister, that's a no-brainer. Here's a Batman statue. It is a no-brainer. Here is an Iron Man. It is a no-brainer. When I go with something if I say to you guys, Amaterasu, you think, dude, that's like your third best product ever. That's a massive A-lister. To me, in resin, it's a big hitter. To a GameStop, to a Best Buy, to all those mass guys, that's a B-lister. That's a B-lister. So when I say to you, here's a hard example. We showed our Okami PVC, okay, which we sneaked Chocks Christmas time, and we said, "Hey guys, do you want this?" They went, "No," but it's really cool. Like, no, but come on, he's an A-lister for us in the resins. Yeah, the sales weren't particularly brilliant for the game 10 years ago, etc., etc. No. They didn't say no. I'm sort of paraphrasing. They said the numbers will be small. And the numbers will be so small that we would go, you know what, Chocks? We're not going to bother making it. We're not going to make the PVC because the numbers are so small. Now, you look at if you take that concept of this project is dead, out of the water, we cannot make this PVC of this B-lister, this small hitter, according to them, not according to us, according to them, it means it's dead out of the water. It means we don't have the ability to make what we consider higher, like, the point is, PVC lives and dies by retailer support unless we take matters into our own hands. And how do we do that? Well, we make it in resin. As well, at a bigger size, maybe a more complicated base, whatever it may be, we then look at both of the projects and then we do them. Now, why would we want to do that in the first place? If the numbers for the PVC is so small, why bother doing it in the first place? Well, that's a good question. But the reality is, selling 1,000 pieces of resin is nothing compared to, you know, if you sell 1,000 pieces of resin and you sell 1,000 pieces of PVC, I actually tell you what, in terms of getting a brand name and a recognition out there in terms of who we are and people discover us, 1,000 PVCs is way better. Why? Because they go on shelves. All the resins that we sell, if they're direct, of course, they go straight from us to you, us to you, us to you, us to you, especially the exclusives. The regulars, maybe they'll go to a retailer, but they won't stay there. The retailer's only pre-ordering it from local guys who've ordered it for them because they want to save on shipping. They're worried about import fees, whatever it may be. They'll order it on their behalf. They'll get it into their shop. They'll immediately contact the guy. They'll come and pick it up. Boom, gone. It does not sit on the shelf. No one discovers first figures. So as I said, 1,000 PVCs, 1,000 resins, I would rather have, in terms of brand recognition and people to find us, definitely 1,000 PVCs. So the question is, why do we want to do PVCs? Well, I want them to be the brand ambassadors to go out there and attract people on the shelves. Ubisoft came into our bloody office and said, I found out about you guys because I went into Best Buy and I saw that crash. And on the back it says, oh yes, contact First Figures at this, or whatever the email address is. Bada bing, bada boom. Phil forwards me the email, goes, oh yeah, Alex, you heard of Ubisoft? I was like, yeah. Like, oh yeah, they want to meet up with you. I said, okay.
Come on, Brett, we'll pick up a crash.
I like it. I like it, like it, like it. So I'm now thinking, there is absolute benefit to doing the PVCs, right? So how do we do it when the retailer we're so beholden to the retailer? If the retailer, of course, if it's you're making a Zelda, are you making a Breath of the Wild Link? When the game's coming out, when the Switch is being launched, yeah, we want to buy loads of those. I'm like, well, obviously, because it makes sense. You go, oh yeah, I have this item, and it's it's from a character from a game from. Forget about Ami as an example, right? Let's say something else. Banjo-Kazooie. That's a great, as an example, right? You wanted to make a mini Banjo-Kazooie as an example, right? You know, they go, mate, that game came out 20 years ago. There's like nothing current. Why on earth would we want to pick this up? And we go, look, mate, just take a punt on it. And they go, okay, we'll buy, sub the 10K, right? And therefore, if you looked at that project on its own, it's not worth doing it. But if I looked at it as doing it with a resin, paired it with a resin, overall, it makes it worth doing it. In terms of just, if you look at the revenue return, then if you think about the extra benefit that you have, Chocks, with having a PVC range out there, all of a sudden, it becomes easier to get in contact with these Best Buys and these GameStops, because all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, you remember that guy? They made the Breath of the Wild Link. They made the Crash. They made the Artorias. They made the Ami. They made the this. They made the that. Despite them not being what they consider, and they might take something and be surprised, because gamers know what's up, and buyers might not know it because they're like the toy buyers and they're not actually the game buyers. And gamers go, oh yeah, shit, I love that. So this is the point. Alex Pachulia, that's a good point. So if you're doing a PVC version, it helps the resin. If a PVC version helps the resin and vice versa, well, it's actually the resin. No, the because resin's our bread and butter, and PVC is new for us. It's definitely the resin is helping the PVC. That's for sure, because we obviously make resins all the time and don't have a PVC counterpart all the time. So that's our bread and butter. But here are the hard facts. If we don't do this, AMI PVC is DOA. Do I want that to happen? The answer is no. You guys voted positively. Thank you so much for that. We will do that. And I think there was some caveats against that. If you're going to do that, please let us know at the point that you're going to make the resin, do the pre-order of the PVC, to let us know about the resin, if there's going to be a resin one, and what size and all the differences at that time, so they have an informed decision whether or not to buy that PVC. Totally agree. I think that's totally fair. We'll be totally transparent about that. And, based on that information, that's something that we will, look to do way in the future. Yes, Cedric, they would be the same pose. The whole point of that is it's easy to upscale it and not have to go through the approval process again. If you start it all over again, all of a sudden, I'm looking at them as two separate projects. So, who knows? how everything pans out, but thank you very much for at least giving us the option to do that accordingly. All right. Crystal Dragon submitted that. Fingers crossed on that. Fourth repaint. That's been tough. But I looked at the before and after Chocks, and there's a huge improvement.
Yeah. Really good this one.
Spyro Polyfoam image. We showed that. That's looking good. You know, it is what it is. You know, we showed that, so that's cool. I got the Tackies one in today. I'll post that over the weekend. New CRM system, Chocks.
Yes, so guys, I made a post this week with regards to trying to improve the response times and the quality for between CS and the customer. So right now, if you go to the contact us on the website, in the previously you would have to fill in, you select the option that you want, the category, and then you fill in the form, etc., and that's it. Really basic stuff. But now we've implemented a new CRM system, and basically everything's still the same. You go through the contact us page, but now there's a little bit more information you can actually fill in. So you can actually attach images and videos, etc., as well. And basically, it's not to the customer on the front end. It doesn't seem like there's much change, but for the back end, there's a big difference. Now Phil will have his lovely updated UI, all that lovely, you know, technical stuff. For him, makes his life much easier.
I don't know about that. He's been coming in and bitching about the new CRM system. Oh, my email.
Well, there's no turning back, right? So you know, guys, everything's the same. All you have to do is just go into the contact us form, fill in all the information, and if you log into your account, go into your account information. On the left side, there will be my tickets. So any tickets that you raise, new ones you created, will be in that section as well. So you can actually follow your case rather than just using emails, or you know, emails might get lost in your spam or in your junk. But if you log into your account, you can actually see the status, and you can actually have your conversation, everything kept in that section. So this week I've made a post with regards to that. I've also mentioned a couple of things like if you have a current open case, do not open a new case, because we don't want things all messed up, you know, or contradicting, etc., etc. And just be wary of that close button, because clicking on that close button would actually close the case. It's not closing the window, all right? Because I've seen a few members did that. They thought it was going to close the window, but it's not. We know there's still some issues with the actual implementation, well, the feature itself. So if you find any issues, do let me know, and we'll get IT to look into that for you as well. So there are a couple of things, like for some things that just doesn't make sense. And why is there a priority drop-down menu in the ticket? So that doesn't really make sense. So right now we've updated that to not applicable. So make sure you select that before you submit. So that's it really. So hopefully that was implemented a couple of days ago, and it seems like people are using that feature. So hopefully once we get the ball rolling, we can review how things are going a few weeks later, or maybe a couple of months, to see if that system is much better than the current old system. So if you have any issues, do let us know in the club, and hopefully the response time and the quality will be much better, so things will be tracked, and you can in the front end it's a little bit better. In the back end is a major improvement, because these guys can talk within themselves, private messages, they can then assign tickets, tasks going to specific departments, etc., etc. So hopefully that will be continue to improve over time. Yeah, so it's a win for CS and the customer.
Yeah, and that brings us nicely into what I posted yesterday. Phil came into me, he's like, Alex, I'm gonna rewrite the template to basically scare people to get back to me quicker because it's a nightmare. I said, okay, talk to me. And he's like, I kind of knew about this before. It's basically showing me, look at my list on Excel. These are all the people, and I just don't have time to go through them. And when I do, I'll go through it maybe once every 1 or 2 weeks, unless it's really busy. And then it's like so many people who are outstanding on different things and having to remember what parts they were and all this sort of stuff. We used to do a policy, Chocks, where we would ask people to destroy the piece first, and then we would send them the replacement part or piece, right? Mm-hmm. And then we changed it to be more customer friendly, which was, we let you have it first, we let you keep it, We send you the replacement. You make sure which one you're happy with or whatever it was, maybe this one that, and I understand the reasons behind that, and then you smash the one that you don't want, etc., etc. That absolutely is a better policy for the customer. No doubts in my mind, and that's the reason why we changed our policy, Chocks, to do that, because we want to be as, what's the word? If we can help, we help where we can, if that makes any sense, Chocks. We try our best to be as accommodating.
We'll be using that for about a year and a half now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We try to be as accommodating as we can. The reality is people were not following up. The email was like, clearly says, please come back to me with the damage evidence, etc., within the next 5 days, 10 days, whatever it was originally. And if you don't, it's going to be possibly $100. It's going to be $100 and blacklisting. But, you know, that's like the stick, and you don't really want to be wielding that, right? But I think we maybe used it once, because it's like a lot of the time life gets in the way. Life gets in the way, and people aren't being malicious about it. They just forget. They have other things to do. It's not on their minds, you know. And I totally understand that. It's just that Phil therefore has to follow up with people twice, 3, 4, 5 times. They get back to him eventually. Most do, Chocks. Don't get me wrong. Most do. Just the whole thing of having to follow up is a huge list of stuff to have to do to follow up. Not even to consider about getting the thing about the times when we had the SIF stuff and dealing with all of that. What a nightmare that was, right? And
oh, hold on a second. Just want to jump in and say, hey, Mark William, I've read through your PM. Hope you saw my response. I've hit up CS. Those guys will follow up with your concern, with your case. All right, Mark. So don't worry. I'm not sure how things got lost in translation or whatever it is, you know, communication, you know, messages not going through to CS or vice versa. But, you know, if you got a problem there, you hit me up and I pass that message on to CS, and CS will follow up for you as well. All right, Mark? Sorry, mate.
No, sure. And, you know, in terms of you know, Phil's workload, in terms of having to follow up with it, it's got to the point where we're trying our best to be. And we have, you know, a year of it. Don't tell me that's not trying a year. But so when Phil came in and said, look, I'm going to reword this a bit more, it's basically wielding a bigger stick now. And if you don't get back to us, it's now $200 instead of $100. Will it make a much difference? The answer is, who knows? We're going to see and we're going to test it. But if there is no improvement, I've told Phil, 3 weeks, 1 month, let me know. Has there been improvement? If not, if there hasn't been, heads up, guys, we will go back to the original system. Sorry to say, it just becomes untenable. A lot of people are like, oh, get more people for Phil to hire. You know, hire more people for Phil. Okay, that's sure. I could throw tons of people at it, but no, I can't, because we're small potatoes, and it's unnecessary. We don't need to do that. If we simply change it so that you destroy it first and then we send it. Now, some people are like concerned, like they have a problem with their SIF. There's a paint rub. You know, of course, our replacements also have the same problem. We all know the reason for that. It was the transit problem. So all the replacements that we sent along with the main shipment, Chocks, have the same problem. So we're manufacturing new replacements, right? We're having to go back to the drawing board. It's going to take 3 to 4 months. You know, people accept that and appreciate that. You know, and we appreciate that they're waiting to do that. We're not asking you to destroy your current SIF now. There's no reason why you have to destroy it now. We're making your replacement. You can destroy your current one at the time your replacement is ready. Some people are like, oh, I don't want to destroy it months. It's not fair that I got to destroy it months in advance before I get my replacement. I'm not asking you to. You shouldn't need to. And I'm not sure if Phil is miscommunicating that. I don't know is the answer. Well, actually, that's not the case, because before Phil even started, we'd already had this new policy where you're not asking them to destroy in the first place. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, Nana, say you're right. I agree. I don't like the bigger stick. I don't like it at all. I don't actually like using the stick. A lot of the comments in that thread was, oh, just ban their asses, blacklist them. You know, what is it? Driven before you, make them driven before you, and listen to the cries of the lamentations of their women, or something like that. Yeah. I was like, it's like, yeah, well, you know, that was some of the comments in there. I was like, here's the toilet. You're supposed to shit on it. Stop shitting on the floor.
Yeah.
Someone said that, right? Yeah. That's why we can't have nice things. And you know,
like saying it's okay to shit on the floor. Yeah, just hire more people. Just hire more cleaners.
So, and then the whole idea is, you know what? Just absolutely default, automatically take the money, and I totally get that as well. we would have to rewrite the system to do that. Automatically take the money after five days. But what happens if Phil's away for a week and he doesn't actually see that they've actually sent it in, or what it may be? Also, there needs to be a human element there, and also, oh, you take their money, and then, oh shit, yeah, here it is, and then you gotta get a vendor involved to take the money, to refund the money. Dude, we just try to reduce it in the first place, and now we gotta bring in more people. 1 + 1 does not equal 4.
1 + 1 + 2. 1 + 1 is 2. That's how it starts off the lyrics.
1 + 1 is 2. 2 + 2 is 4. Quick maths. I'm certainly hot. Is that finally the weekend? No, Mugen production. Boom.
Yeah. Is that everything?
Yeah, pretty much.
Just kept being bouncing.
Yeah, I know. It's been whatever.
So we did the Mugen. You showed the production.
Yeah.
Polyphone.
Yeah.
Silver.
Oh yeah, silver. Yeah.
Silver.
So silver. We're gonna complete the edition size. I just want to be clear on something. I've had a look around, sort of things. We normally limit. We say what the number is, and then we limit it because we know there's cancellations. But we're looking more and more to just completing the edition size because we're more willing to take a position on stock, I think, for the future. So we will complete the edition size for silver at 375.
Michael, I knows what song. 2 + 2 is 4. -1, that's 3.
Oh yeah. Every man's on the boat. Smoke trees. 1 + 1 is what was it? 1 + 1 is no. 2 + 2 is 4. -1 is that's 3. Quick maths.
Sorry,
hey, Corny, perfect. You'll definitely get converted. I'm very, very sure of it. Alex, just to make sure you read the email, it just says we're nearing the middle of production. The middle of production. Hey, Mikel, I know what you're saying. You're saying that it's not Reservation Friday, but there's 150 people. I think people are thinking it might be
Mikel, or
he says, yeah.
I was just calling Michael. Sorry for butchering your name. It just looks like a Michael.
Yeah. I had this conversation with him. It's Mikel.
Mikel.
It's French Canadian.
Yeah. Mikel Pillet. Stay tuned.
Yeah. So in terms of what do we call
Silver.
it? Yeah. In terms of silver. You'll get converted, but yeah, you remember. All right, cool. Is that it, Chocks?
Silver Snake, we're off. CRM, Gentle website, ordering issues.
What's that? Standard. Oh yeah,
the multiple orders.
Yeah, that's right. So basically, multiple orders in one basket with different statuses is a nightmare for us to handle, and we're basically limiting people in the future. Then you're going to go round if you want to place an order for something else, and I apologize for that. It's just a nightmare to deal with. If anybody changes their status, like they cancel one of theirs, or they need to tweak one of the addresses for one of the things because it's been so long, it's really difficult. It's like we have to cancel the original order and replace a new one, and it's just like all manual. It's really difficult.
It's like ordering food, Chinese food in a restaurant.
Go on.
I like my lemon tea, no ice, or I like my chicken fried rice, no chicken, or something like that. You could just order a normal fried rice,
right? Or
you know how it is the locals.
Right. Yeah. But also it's like imagine you're a restaurant that likes to make sure that everyone gets their food at the same time. I really hate people's food arriving at different times, like significantly different times. Like today with Lilik, right? I was like, dude, she should have had her food like we're almost finished with our noodles, and she's still out on her food. As an example,
yeah.
No, but a top restaurant will make sure that they all does at the same time.
Right. Because if we all wait, the earlier dishes would get cold as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And we like us piping, right? So, but that's on the restaurant to deliver them all at the same time, and then the upper tier ones, when you already go there, do that, right?
But we're not in an upper tier restaurant.
No, I understand that, but I'm just saying this is what's happening. Like when you have an order and you change the orders, like if you have to that's a stupid analogy. Ignore it.
We did that. Statue replacement.
Yeah.
Did you do about that?
Oh
Guts?
yeah.
You posted a Guts video today?
Yeah. Guts. So we're gonna tweak this chain. You know, it was Craig had basically done an amazing cosplay and shown us just the length of this. So we're going to extend the length of the chain. And I noticed that they just extended on the top part and they didn't extend on the bottom part. So we're going to make it a little bit more accurate. That's part of some of the changes. Are going to be other changes to be done a little bit later on. And we'll talk a little bit more about Guts a bit further on. That's it. Chocks.
What else is blogs? Right, guys, a little bit slow with the blogs this week. But some of you guys might have known over the weekend in Japan, Sega Fest that went on, the event. You know, for the guys that's been in the stream right now, if you're a Sega fan, you must have noticed that Sega made quite a few announcements. One of them, obviously, the Mega Drive Mini, which is pretty cool. There's some, you know, like some conversations with regards to that, whether it's good or not. But anyways, besides that, one of the big announcement was Shenmue. All right, Shenmue 1 and 2, so congrats to Sega, Shenmue fans.
Awesome. Yeah,
Shenmue 3 is coming, but at the same time, you guys saved Shenmue, etc., etc. You know, I just thought we might as well just tie it into some of our Sega products we have on our website as well. So make sure you, you know, if you, on our website, do check us out, check the Shenmue stuff that we have out as well.
You getting a mini?
Yeah, I will.
It's cute, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did you actually put any mini cartridges in it now?
Probably not. It's probably just running on emulator. Yeah. Because I know who's making it for them.
Okay.
But there's a lot of die-hard fans are quite concerned with the emulation there. But the company said that they're going to use a new emulator in there. So hopefully the audio is up to scratch on that. Yeah. But yeah, Shenmue 1 and 2 sometime in 2018. So hopefully, you know, we've done a couple of polls in the club, guys. We mentioned different poses for a potential, you know, a new Rio. What else did we do? Shenhua, right? We did a TT for that. Was it a TT or was it a general port? I can't remember.
TT.
It was a TT. So
I think that was one of the first TTs that people realized that was it Amy? One of those were the first ones we said nothing's guaranteed. Like, why is she getting one? She should be made. Okay, look at these TT results.
Yeah. But you know, guys, do check out that blog. All the information, the TTs, the products, the videos are in that blog on our website. So if you're a Shenmue fan, please do share that out. If you're a Sega fan or you know anything that you fancy on our you know products, do let us know, because we haven't neglected any Sega fans out there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that remaster. It's been a while.
Yeah. Right.
We had no idea that was coming, did we, Chocks?
Where's the cards?
Let's try that again.
Yeah. Yeah.
What your cards you've got?
Thank you. Let's do that again.
Okay.
So we're really looking forward to Shenmue 1 and 2.
Yeah. HD remaster. I mean, we had no idea that was coming, did we, Chocks? No idea. Actually, my poker face is pretty bad today. All right.
Right, so you know the weekly stats, yeah.
Yeah.
They're still dodgy.
Yeah.
Some dodgy. Right.
Dodgy.
Temptation Thursdays. Right. Before we start this week's Temptations results, there's something I want to highlight. Miguel Pilot, still on the stream. Guys, if you are a Golden Sun fan, or you have no idea what Golden Sun is, we also we did a TT a while back with regards to rallying the fans, you know, to get interest into Golden Sun. Well, Miguel is gonna stream something this weekend, this Sunday. He's gonna stream the Golden Sun games. So if you were interested in that, or you want to follow that, make sure you check out the Collectors Club, because right now he's going to make a post in the club. He's going to highlight, you know, his aims, his tasks, you know, mainly to rally the fans for the Golden Sun stream as well. He's going to stream it on Twitch. Mikashi-san, I believe that's his name, his handle on that channel. he will stream it in English. But if you're French, and you want to check it out, he will, probably do it in both languages on the stream. I believe he's going to do that over the couple of weeks, depending on how long he runs through the game. So it's kind of very much similar to how Greg Mikulowski Jr. when he did all these streams, when we did a launch or a TT of that week, for example, Mega Man, etc., etc. So, we've got another member in the club who's really into Golden Sun, and hopefully you guys will support him. Go check him out, share it out. He's going to share it out into some of these other channels, Facebooks, maybe some Reddit pages, etc. So if you guys want to support Golden Sun, make sure you hit him up.
Yep.
Yeah. So So hopefully,
Nice.
hopefully there'll be some good results from that, and I'll be checking it out as well. Hopefully on Sunday as well, to see how things are.
Excellent.
So, guys, if you fancy streaming, or you know anyone that wants to stream, the more the merrier, because get these TT, get the word out there, bring in the fans, and it's good to know. I mean, it's all well and good reading from wiki, but it's nice to jump in someone's stream and pick up. It's much easier to understand the game that way, to actually experience it visually. So guys, do show your support to Mr. Pillet. Yeah. There you go. That's the quick highlight there.
Boom.
For now.
All right, sweet. Let's TT that.
Yeah. So let's go into TT. Right, TT 97 last week's Steins Gate. All right. That's currently sitting at 219 votes, which is 125 votes for yes and 94 votes for no. So I don't think there's been much movement on that one. So
Hasn't.
Yeah. So it's kind of neck and neck on that one. Right, and for this week's SMT, Shin Megami Tensei, Flynn, currently at 23 votes for yes, 112 votes for no, 135 votes in total. Guys, I've read the messages.
They say this is not the right dude,
not the right dude, do not choose this. Hey, there's like tons of Shin Megami Tensei, right? But, we can always switch like we always do.
Well, look, let's would that have made a difference? A huge difference? There seems to be maybe, is it
well, I've seen the comments. Some guys prefer that version of the game. Some guys prefer a different version of the games. If we said generic Shin Megami Tensei, you might get tons of people, but it's all like, where do we get to the point of which version do we go for?
Sure.
But if we can see there's a massive amount of votes just based on that series, then again it's kind of like skewing it as well.
Sure. All right.
It's like back to those questions of like, oh, he's not the most popular character, we shouldn't do him, etc., etc.
All right, announcements then.
Right.
Winners.
Well, next week's TT, Attack on Titan, guys, as promised. So, especially on fun days, if you want specific characters from Attack on Titan,
Yeah, great.
rally that
You know it's coming.
Yeah, you know it's coming. We've been telling this like weeks ahead. Attack on Titan's coming next week. So
which character should
rally
you
your
be doing
character
from that?
on fun day?
And then, yeah, so that's why then it can come to a consensus for the next. We don't ever have something like with SMT like that, but people like, you didn't, it's the wrong character, da 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 da.
That's
et cetera.
opinion, right?
Sure.
We do read through the comments as well. So hey, who knows?
Yeah.
Next time when we do another Shin SMT, we'll choose a different character.
Casa.
Right.
Winners. Chicken dinners.
Hashtag F4F SMT. I believe last week we 3 winners.
3 winners. We're going to kick it off. We are behind schedule, so we're going to kick it off with a Lucinda Charles. Congratulations, bada bing. You are winner number 1. Justin Salalalalalais for winner number 2. Bada boom. And last but not least, Oliver Hunton. Congratulations, winner number 3. You will be contacted by Phil accordingly. This week's hashtag is hashtag F4F Attack on TT is what that is. Hashtag F4F for a chance to win 500 war points chosen at random. Chocks, we currently have 4 people that are going to be chosen at random as of this moment. Hashtag F4F Michael I's got it absolutely correct. It's now been pinned to the top. Bada bing, bada boom. Put that in there for a chance to win 500 war points chosen at random.
Hey Josh, have I not hit you up with those 1,000 points? I'm sure I have.
These are the ones that he got gifted for the red black. Remember that?
The red black.
Yeah, he played it on Guts' launch stream. And the dude that gave it to him. Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Mm.
I thought.
That's not part of that.
No, I must have wrote it down somewhere. I need to look through that again. Right, Josh, my bad. I will follow up on that, okay?
I do know what I'm talking about, Mr. Mizrahi.
Yeah, I remember. I'm sure I wrote it down somewhere.
Uncle Scabs, you're missing the A. Nana says he's waiting for points as well.
What points?
Let's see if was he That's absolutely right.
Randomly giving out points. Alex, behind my back.
I don't know what Nana says points are for. Did he get it from, was he was he who that winner? No. What do you need points for Nana say? Alright, let's do it. This week's Friday Q&A number 67. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, put them in those comments. I'm going to kick through this, speedily. It's already an hour and a half. I feel like we might be behind schedule. Brilliant call. Is there still a clear crystal dragon being worked on? Yes. Number 2, Giovanni Colmario. Number 1, will Kamina come with his katana? Well, yes. Will Mimic cost more than Ornstein? Not going there. Number 3, how much cheaper will the Bebop line be compared to the past anime lines? I still need to know when we're selling it and then the pricing at that time. We have we go with the intention of making it the cheapest, or not the cheapest. Saitama was put at a ridiculously low price because we tried to get that to be the first anime and sort of go boldly forth where no other F4F figure had gone before, but it didn't go very boldly. If that makes sense. So that was put down artificially low, so it won't be as low as that, but we're certainly trying our best to get it as low as we can. 4, did Guts sell well enough to expedite the line? You mean, well, look, our interest in the Berserk line has not dwindled or dawned whatsoever. Which Berserk character are you most excited to work on hypothetically? I mean, the ones that we've been working on now, I feel they're strong concept, which is great. The 4th one I'm struggling a little bit with, so I'm excited to cracking that. I always get excited when I crack the project. What's the money shot? I try to figure out what's the money shot, and then, I need to get that feeling and then have that vision. I haven't got it yet with the 4th one yet. Which line are you planning to start first, Dark Souls 2 or 3? The answer is 3. Have you ever thought about adding picture instructions showing how everything is placed in the box? Yeah, we've thought about it. We haven't done anything about it. Maybe that's something we can look at in the future. Hildebrand Jr. Alex, a reminder, you said you would announce Alucard's edition size this week. Oh, shit. Chocks, remind me next week to announce Alucard's edition size.
Oh, God.
Sorry about that, guys. That's my bad. Keaton Ling, which one is better, Truth or Midnight or Rider?
Give him a break. He just had some bad news this week.
Who did?
You did. You're supposed to be sad this week.
I am sad. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I am. Am I? Yes.
Alex, you're tired, motherfucker. That's all I'm saying.
Don't worry, guys. Out of card, no worries. Nana say, I just check. Yes. Golden tickets. I'm just making sure whether the message has gotten through to Phil. I will make sure to follow on that.
Yeah.
And who else was it? Josh. All right.
Which one is better? Very, very different. Very, very different. Very different prices. You know, you're going to be able to make that decision very, very quickly yourself as well. You know, that you can't compare them. You really can't compare them. What I will tell you is that, you know, the Rider Link will smoke Link on Epona, no doubt in my mind. It will smoke it out of the water in terms of the details, the size. Now people will be like, oh, you know, oh, that's what I talked about as well. It's going to be expensive. It's going to be significantly more expensive as well. Yeah,
because it's thick.
Well, it's also because it was 8 years ago. You know.
That's right. 8 years ago, guys.
Was it that one that was 8 years ago? It was. I can't remember. It might have been that one. I think it might have been something like that. But it's going to be much. And a lot of people are like, oh, it's just a horse, and it's a big percentage of the thing. And I totally agree with you as well, because Link is really small in comparison to it. So all I can say is, you know, it's not Epona. Of course, it's not Epona. Epona's not in the game.
Oh, yeah, Link just looks like a leprechaun, isn't it?
You could just say that as well. But, you know, I appreciate what they're saying. Like, Link is just a small part if you compare it to the thing as well, of the horse. But
yeah.
In terms of, if you compare... But it's the same size as the Link on Epona. It's just the horse is bigger. So they're the same size as each other. So it will look perfect if you have both of them. If you have Link on Loftwing...
Horses come in different sizes.
Yeah. But in terms of the you know, it theoretically, obviously it's still in 3D, but it's going to the next stage. It's significantly, like, if you look at them from afar, you would you know, well, we'll have, you know, I don't want to say too much.
We'll review it when we get to that stage. Yeah, guys.
Wake me up in a year's time, Chocks.
Yeah, we're working on it, guys. That's the main thing.
Yeah. Miguel, when did Alphonse leave for Japan? Did he arrive safely? He is leaving tomorrow. Jeremy's following up as well about that. You can't, you know, home stretch, guys. Now we've just done an anime, so we want to space it out. But you know, we're coming up with a bit of a, how's the word? Animes in hand. We've got the Bebop line. We've got the first of the Full Metal Alchemist line, and that's great, Chocks. We're going to get things into a rhythm now, which is great news. Tasha Workman, will Spyro be getting the PVC treatment? Well, look, we have a Vegas meeting scheduled with Activision, of which that is on the list of things to talk about. Brendan Rossello, any further thoughts on Ica? I know the poll didn't do as well as expected, but I imagine most people were invited to join aren't as active as members as others. Rerallying on a base opinion just seems a bit redundant, seeing that we already shown demand is there for her. And I can understand that Brendan, I know you're one of the biggest champions for Ica. I would just say is that they were there. Are they still there is a different point. And it's really hard for me to, as I said earlier, it's really hard for me to be super... you know, I get really distracted very easily in terms of other things pulling my attention. If I feel like I feel like I need to wait longer for there to be more rallying for it, if that makes sense. That over time, I just hope that when I accept people into the club, or you know, when the people come into the club, I'm accepting people who may also want to get an icon. That's sort of my reasoning for being not as quick about it, if that makes sense. That's my sort of point. If I feel like there might not be the fans there now, maybe there will be in the future. I understand what you're saying, re-rallying, but you know, sub 100 for like 2 days. It's
that's why that Streets of Rage ain't going anywhere. Hey, that's Streets of Rage.
Yeah. I don't know. Look, I appreciate it's disappointing to hear that as an Ica fan. You have, you know, you were excited to hit the 550, and I was excited as too, and that's why I did something. Hey. I tried to figure out what the Ultimate Edition is, what this is, and I've got other things to show. I've got swap outs and this and that. I've already got all of that.
Don't give it hope though, because guys, after Sega Fest, I've been doing a bit of research, and It seems like, you know, no, this is not from Sega themselves, just doing a bit of research on the internet. It seems like there's more stuff coming from Sega, classic stuff. So
do you reckon they might
I don't know. Maybe they might, you know, because they made a like a top 10 poll in Japan or something like that, and I've been looking at that, and it's quite interesting. Some of the old stuff.
Now let me show you this this Ica, you know, the Ultimate Edition, because some of these cool things that we could be doing. But I'm like, do I even show this if they're not even you know, if people aren't even, like, there's not anything. So look, obviously we know what the OG was like, right? Imagine came with that, you know, like kind of ties it together, right?
Yeah.
Some of the other things that she had, and even going as far as doing that, which was this, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, we've done the work, and I'm really excited about it. But I was like, So, you know, hitting that 550 meant I did something. We went to the next stage to sort of really explore what we could do. And it looks great. It really looks great. That with the bass, overall, it's a lovely piece, Chocks. If the fans are there.
If the Streets of Rage fans are there.
Eduardo Rivero, what is the price range of True for Midna? There will be no indication on that. We're getting closer to that time. We still don't have everything finalized just yet. I have a price range, but yeah, you know. It was for those who were thinking it's anywhere near the Zelda price range, is woefully going to be disappointed. Zelda went up for pre-order over 4 years ago, and you know, that was a long time ago, and she's smaller, and she's not as complicated. So 4 years ago in statue pricing is a lifetime ago. So, you know, prepare yourself. It's certainly nowhere near that pricing. It's significantly more expensive than that. Ashley literally asked the exact same question as Eduardo. What's the price for Midna? Do we have any other info on her? You know, we're getting to the point where we are getting closer to her, so you'll have that information sooner rather than later. Sav, will Berserker Guts have 3 portraits? We're not at that point to nail all of that sort of stuff, but off the top of my head, you know, definitely going to have that version. Definitely going to have that version. It probably makes sense to do that one, but would that be the regular? Would that be the exclusive? No. The answer is wait and see. Colin Warcholik, how are we doing for that Claymore TT? Slowly starting to climb. How many yes votes? Chocks, what's the Claymore TT?
Claymore TT. Guys, you should check Claymore out. It's pretty good.
You're a fan of that, aren't you?
Yeah, I enjoyed it, yeah. 606 votes in total. 262 votes for yes. 344 votes for no.
You know, the reality is, you know, there's so many things, and if you couple with the fact that if you want to do Kingdom Hearts, you've got to take all these other licenses as well. I really need to see things at 750, 800, 850, 900 now, Chocks. It's got to be, hasn't it, Chocks?
Yeah, but, you know, guys, I know you guys will say, oh, this license might not be good in comparison, or it has a lower fan base, and that's why some people say you can't have 750 for every single one.
But we have to prioritize.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Prioritize. I'm just trying to give the other side of the
sure. No, I
other
totally.
side of the coin.
P.S. I'm currently suffering from some first world problems, trying to decide what my second and last F4F will be of the year. Stuck between Banjo and Skull Knight. Would like to see some of Skull Knight sneaks before you have Banjo go up for pre-order, so I can make up your mind. Sorry, mate. You may not believe this, but we don't really do sneaks based on that sort of requirements. Sorry about that. But I can tell you, Banjo and Skull Knight are not even remotely close. We're talking like 7, 8, 9 months apart from each other at least. Kurt Griswold, is there any chance we will get Banjo-Kazooie before any other pre-orders? You know, in terms of specifics, we're not going to go into specifics with that just yet. Anthony Lazard, number 1, for the Disney line, if you were to get the license, would they be 1/6 dios with multiple characters and scenery, usually iconic scenes? The answer is most likely not. It would be more like, it depends on what it is. I mean, Disney is so hard to say, but if you sort of say the Mickeys and all that sort of stuff, it'd be much more like our modern Sonic line, I would say. But of course, our modern Sonic line, or our Sonic lines, also have dioramas, and you know, the helicopter diorama we're making now, it looks great, and I could also see that perhaps, the answer is why not both?
And whilst you're talking about Sonic, hey, Wayne Rushton on the stream, how's Sonic Boom 8 Series 2? Well, we've been mentioning it last week and the week before. Hopefully, we might have something to share with you by end of the month.
Great.
Yeah.
Hi Sims, we haven't done a Borderlands TT yet, have we, Chocks?
No, we haven't. Really?
Let's see what this one was like. Look at this time, yeah?
Nah.
Way back when, that is a bit. Where's his lips? But the answer is, we have not done a TT, have we, Chocks?
No.
Okay.
Alright, good night, Michael I.
Night, mate. Number 2, thoughts on the vote so far with the Disney poll. You know, stunned, staggered, amazed by Kingdom Hearts. Concerned that the other lower ones are so, well, you know, they're still 450, which is, you know, around about 450, which is, you know, really good for short time compared to other TTs. Just worried that I would feel like we have to get ones that are lower tier just to get the big tier, if that makes sense. And I want to see more, if we had to do that, more support for the secondary ones, if that makes sense. Number 3, Shiranui and Chibaratsu does well to continue the line. Possibly Villagers and Shiranui bust? Sure. You tell me. Did you change it to Wumbo? So what's this Wumbo thing? It's just like this mini to Wumbo. It's like this thing from SpongeBob. I don't get it. I don't get it. Matt McCullough, any chance for Bloodborne? The answer is no plans for now. That's already well serviced. But never say never, you know, as in...
A Wumbo can be used for all parts of speech as well as proper nouns. Wumbo combo from Smash Bros.
No, W-U-M-B-O.
W-U.
Yeah.
A Wumbo.
It's the opposite of mini. Large. I skipped your question. Did I, Kurt? Let me see it. No, I didn't skip your question. What did I say? I said, is there any chance we will get Banjo-Kazooie before any other pre-orders? I said, we're not confirming anything right now. Bradley Chatterby King, please can we see the 3D render of Rider Link? Tee-hee. The answer is, there's a shadowy image in the thingy bob. And there's been a few tee-hees that you guys haven't noticed in the past, but, you know, nothing too big at this stage. It's way too far in advance for that. Way too far in the future to worry about that.
Hey, Max Sense, thanks for joining. Have a good day at work. Earn lots of money.
Much appreciated. Dean Evans, how is Grey Fox coming along? Very nicely. Actually submitted it to Konami last week. And they came back with comments. And I went back with replies. We'll see what happens with that. 2, any plans for Raiden in the future? Well, look, we're MGS right now. But, you know, who knows in the future? Christina, any updates on the possibility of a Crystal Cloak Alucard? That's a great question. I have asked the team to, when they get round to it, to do one. And when we get there, we'll get there. But you know, really excited about the future of the Castlevania line. Like, you know, that's really given me a lot of excitement. Simon,
yeah.
kind of like, and then
Rise.
and then so long, and then Alucard kind of like. But the point is, like, I feel like because we waited so long, Alucard did much better now than it did before. It would have done before, if that made sense. And that's the beauty of waiting for longer, which is why I'm like,
In the new anime.
yeah.
Yeah. I know. Congrats to again over the couple of days ago. Congrats to Konami for releasing a mobile Castlevania game
Absolutely.
in Japan. I know it's Japan only; it's in beta stage as well. But you know, at least hey, the franchise they're still working on it, and you can see a picture of Alucard in part of the backdrop.
Yeah,
in
no,
as
it's
well.
sweet for
Yeah.
sure. Maria Bauer, when will we see Midna? The answer's never been different from week to week, a couple of months' time. Adriano de la Riva, will Alex be offered a sip of Red Bull? You know, Chocks has been very generous and he's given me my own can in the past.
Yeah.
It was a light one before, or would I actually have an actual real one?
No, I gave you a light one.
Yeah, there you go. Very, very nice. Courtney Jenkins, number 1, will there be a Zelda Wind Waker Zelda? A Zelda WW Zelda. Nice symmetry there, yeah. Symmetry. You know, the answer to that is, I mean, I say this when I'm about to launch Midno in a couple of months. She doesn't have much screen time. You know, Toon Link was beautiful to do it as part of King of Red Lions. How would you really see, you know, where do you really see a Zelda for the Wind Waker? Just making a one that's the same scale? I mean, you know, obviously the thing would be like, oh, there should be a diorama where Link is stabbing the sword into Ganondorf's head and he's half turning into a stone and, oh, spoiler alert, you know, and Zelda's back there with a bow. But I've already made Ganondorf and I've already made Link. You tell me, what do you want to see? Will you ever consider making a life-size Master Sword? Absolutely. Number 3, will you get a Star Fox statue? Will we get a Star Fox statue, or is it one and done with the ship? I think we're going to TT it eventually, something like that, because the R-Wing was a little bit, I think kind of did alright, but for a Nintendo property, wasn't where we wanted it to be. Something we can look into. Tommy Zaril Svensson, will there ever be a new PVC polystone resin combo like Link versus Servo and Sandship? As I can see, that's the only one you made. The answer is no. No. The answer, look, that came out of why? Why did that come out? Well, if you may recall, the Together Plus originally made and sculpted the Link and Servo. We tweaked a little bit in the paint, but generally it was them who made it. We then took over that project, and then we wanted to put our spin on it, and that's why we created the base. The way that we've engineered, and you know, a lot of the problems I can remember, the Link versus Servo, I mean, the whole Link, that one, it was quite hard to put on the base, remember, Chocks? So subsequently, we've always made all the stuff where we can completely fix the base, right, Chocks? It helps with stability, helps with that sort of stuff. The fact that Link and versus Servo was separate from the base allowed for you to close it on there. Like, take it off if you had the original ones. If you had them as PVC one, we could put them off the PVC base, put them on the Sandship base, right, Chocks? You couldn't do that with our stuff. Like, in the future, create a base that accommodates, oh, here's Breath of the Wild Link. Here's something else, you can put them all together. You can't do that because they're fixed. Derek Baker, question. One rabbit saw 6 elephants while going to the river. Every elephant saw 2 monkeys going towards the river. Every monkey holds 1 parrot in their hand. How many animals are going towards the river? You got you got like a
Just paper.
yeah. Let's rip me a bit there. With that. Let's rip it.
Yeah, rip it.
There you go. One rabbit saw 6 elephants. One rabbit, 6 elephants. Each elephant saw 2 monkeys. So, here we go. 12 monkeys, right? Every monkey holds 1 parrot. So, the total must be, surely, 31. How many animals are going towards the river? While going to the river. One rabbit saw 6 elephants while going to the river. Well, the rabbit is going to the river, so maybe it's just 1, if it's a trick question like that.
Well, there's
1.
elephant going to the river as well.
But it does. But it doesn't say that the elephants were going towards the river.
True.
So
every elephant saw 2 monkeys going to the water river. So
yeah.
it's only 2 monkeys.
Oh, sorry.
There's 1 rabbit.
Every
2
elephant
monkeys.
saw 2 monkeys.
Yeah.
Saw 2 monkeys go. Oh, every elephant saw 2 monkeys.
So
Okay.
So I'm assuming it's 1 plus 2 plus how many parrots in their hands?
All right. So therefore, you got to minus it from 6, surely, because none of the elephants are going to the river, but they saw the 2 monkeys. Every elephant saw 2 monkeys. Unless it's simply they just saw them, not they saw 2 monkeys each.
Yeah.
So therefore, you go 1 rabbit, 2 monkeys,
Plus 2.
and 1 rabbit in each hand.
And 1 parrot.
So 1 parrot in each hand. Therefore, and every
4.
monkey. So therefore, 4, 5.
Parrots.
5. Yeah. 2.
7.
No, 2 monkeys.
Yeah. They got
Each one monkey is holding 1 parrot. Therefore, it's 4.
4.
And then plus the original rabbit, 5.
5.
People saying 5. Pretty sure it's 5.
I'm pretty sure. What is it then?
What is the answer?
What's the answer?
Is it 5? These questions take too much.
Yeah.
You know, sorry, mate. If I was a bit faster with the answers, I could.
Come on, Derek. What's the answer?
Angel Denise. Any chance for Cass from Breath of the Wild? Now talking about parrots right there. He would be quite low tier. I don't see him being able to outtake the higher, more popular people. Any update on our beautiful Midna? Nothing to report. Nothing about Ami PVC. Yes, the Ami PVC will happen because we will support it with a resin because you let us do it. So thank you very much for that. As a result, we will make it happen. And Persona, nothing new. I suppose there's nothing to report with that. Chandler, how long is the waitlist for Spyro? I'm not too sure about that, but it's very likely it will convert. James B, with a Disney tidbit earlier this week, were you surprised to see the speed of Kingdom Hearts broke 1K? Unbelievable, ridiculous, the fastest yet, stunned. Brian D, Weatherlit, when can we order Spike and how quickly will Jet follow? So Spike will probably be in a couple of months. And Jet will, because we actually made some changes. We made the hands bigger for Spike and reduced the hand size for Jet to make them more in sync. So we had to make some modifications. That's the reason why. And Jet can follow as quickly or as slowly as you guys want me to. We'll discuss that later. When it comes to Jet, when it comes to Spike, we'll ask you how long do you want Jet to come over. Brennan Rossello, will we be getting a Xenoblade Chronicles and a Captain Falcon TT soon? Friendly mind, they were scheduled for before the license convention. Did we have that on the list?
What? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, guys, let us know on a fun day which character you want from that.
Zachary Hillary, someone in the community can probably answer this, but did a validation for Sonic Solid Snake happen? If not, he was not validation times. Yeah. Ashley Liang, what is with the poll for Disney earlier this week? Is there really a chance of Kingdom Hearts? Well, discussed. Tristan Tristel, any news on the Darksiders license of yet? Keen to hear about that. How's that Rider Link and TF Truthful Minute coming along? So that's already explained. There's nothing to explain about Darksiders. I hit them up again. I didn't hear anything back, and I'm like, well, other things, other plans, other things to do. Especially if we try to go after Kingdom Hearts, I'm kind of like, dude, that's got a bandwidth now. It's now really an example of bandwidth.
Hey, Johnny Walfer from CV. You finally shaved your beard off.
Did he?
Yeah, in the latest Collect or Reject. You gotta watch the one before it. And it had a big, massive goatee. Well, the goatee, big beard. And then the latest episode is like, all gone.
Metrosexual.
Yeah.
Nice one. Jake Mayer, reminder to give us the Captain Falcon TT. That's 2 people who said that now. If you had to pick one anime video game character that you could be, who would you choose? If you could be anyone.
What's the question? If you had to pick one anime video game character that you could be, who would you choose?
Who's the most OP person you know? OP.
OP. Let's pick one anime or video game character.
I would be... This will always change every single time, but I'll be Majora's Mask. Maybe I might be Majora's Mask forever. Because it's pretty hard to beat that. 2,600.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a tough one, Jake.
3. Have you decided what you want to reveal at 50k? The answer is no, because you have no idea when it's going to be. But we're getting there quickly, aren't we there, Chocks?
Yeah. I think we decided, have we not?
That one?
Yeah. Have a guess what it is, Jake.
Yeah, good luck with that. Meta Ridley update. Worked on the base. We're at the painting stage, and I had some issues with the base coating, with which the reflectiveness of the base metals, and I've now fixed that, and we're going to the next stage with that.
Not yet, Christina. Not revealed anything just yet, but, you know, stick around, stick around.
Shout outs to Christina Marie, or what is going on? Jake Mayer in the house, bada bing, bada boom. James Teske, how's it going? Shout out to you, John Maradas, how's it going? Chelsea Lefave, how's it going? We got Dudley Stowe in the house, what's going on? Ashley Yang, big shout out to you, what's going on? We got JC in the house, how's it going? Bada bing and a bada boom to Brian D. Witherit. And last but not least, Cedric Bardo. What is going on? Was ist los? Comment ça va? Etc. Christina Marie, is True Formula coming soon? No, she's not. Any more info on her? I can hardly contain my excitement because every single time we get asked, it goes back a day. James Tesk, and as a result of this today, it's gone back a week. James Tesk, can you clarify what results of Kingdom Hearts Disney Pulse will accomplish? Is it that for the Disney figures related to it, or just to put in the Kingdom Hearts game, or figures outside the game? Well, as I explained, you know, the reasoning for that is how to approach the conversation with Disney. It's about licenses outside of Kingdom Hearts. James Posse, what is going on? What is up with Celaire's release? Yeah, he's in production right now. But he's at the same factory as Spyro and Majora's Mask, and they're backed up with that. Is Praise the Sun holding things back? No, nothing to do with that. It's all to do with the others ahead of it. A lot of the issues with both Artorias and Sif, will you guys wait to put Mimic PO up until Solaire ships? Nope, nothing related to that at all. Sif...
Who's this? Tamataratsu Okami Pum. Give me love, I'm lonely.
How's it going, Tamaratsu? Is this your first Friday Q&A with Chocks A? Let us know in the comments. That is a new name for us. I've never seen that before.
I've never seen that before. Are you in the Collectors Club? Please join the Collectors Club. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey Liam, thanks for joining.
Sarah Podner, When would we be potentially hearing about a 4th installment for the Berserk series? Oh man, too far away for now. We've got to get further down the line with the others first. Brenton Freedley, will Spyro be coming in at the same time or sooner than MM exclusive for Majora's Mask? Completely way later, because Majora's Mask... Spyro's at the middle stage and Majora's Mask is at the end, so the answer is no. And they are their own containers, so absolutely will not be coming together. If I'm going on vacation for a month, possible at the time of shipments, can I have a final payment held for that long? Yeah, just hit up CS and I'm sure they'll be accommodating. 3, what is next week's reservation period PO? Sure. Sure. I'll tell you very soon. I'll tell you before the end of the stream. How about that? If you ever get the Disney license, my wife will be buying them all. Can you hire me? Nice one. I appreciate that. And you know, maybe that's the thing, Chocks. It will attract a lot of people that don't know about us.
Oh, Tamataratsu Okami Pum says, no, it's not. We've spoken before. How could you forget my awesome name?
What was your real name before you changed it?
I'm that bird from Horsham, UK in West Sussex. I guess it's nothing to do with me, is that right?
Is it?
I'm that bird.
Austin Kennedy Arcane. Hello. I made a post on April 5th, 2018 on the collector's page. The post itself was about the anime that I would like F4F to make statues for. The anime in question is High School DxD. Or is that just like Smile Smile? High School. What's DxD?
What?
High School DxD?
High School DxD. Oh, that's an anime, right?
Is it DxD? Was that a smiley face?
There you go. I thought you meant High School of the Dead. That was quite a good anime. That was quite fun.
Okay, DxD, yeah. So it's something, yeah.
Something else. Yeah. It's a different anime.
I was wondering 2 things. The first was why commenting on the status shut off by one of the admins of the collector's page, and I was wondering if F4F would ever consider making the line from that status. Okay, let me explain to that. Austin, I appreciate that. Because of the number of people in the club, it basically has meant that it's very difficult for us to allow people to keep posting requests whenever they want, because it was basically cluttering the feeds. And you know, this week has been a really good example of a lot of F4F based content during the week that I've been really happy about, seeing people getting their masks, people getting their products, getting their silvers, you know, their Katamaris. Really interesting discussions about PVCs, really interesting discussions about, you know, that's what it's supposed to be about. If it was diluted by allowing people to always put different suggestions, it really becomes too much of a problem. That's why we gave a dedicated day, and that's F4F Fun Day, which is Sunday from Hong Kong time, where you are, you know, pushing and promoting those things that you would love to be seen. So hopefully that you understand why, and I'm sorry that you had the experience where you didn't understand why that happened. Mr. Windish obviously is a big fan of the Fun Days. He loves it so much. He's a big fan of that. See, he replied right here. Yeah. Sarah Arrington, since I asked about the group about the Grand Pup, how's Shiranui coming along? Yeah, coming along nicely. Any projection for Warp Star? She's Warp Star's ready to is coming right now. The painters, we have 2 painters now. Got another painters in, and we're working on Warp Star. It's not his turn yet. It's coming. Would like to see you start planning for Ninja. Let's see how Warp Star does first, please. Is Pikmin on the ballpark concerning numbers? Nope. Alex, what's the one place you really want Bang to take you aside from the Bangshin? That's a good question. You know. I'm really interested in seeing the Bangshin. What is... Yeah. The Bangshin. Candace Hill, regarding the recent Disney Bowl, are there any characters you would really like to make from Disney Pixar? I mean, look. I'm as big as a fan as anybody else when I see the films, and I appreciate them for what they are. I'm a big fan of anything that people commercially want. Austin Frezocco, Dead Space hit 4750 on the TT. Any update to give on the process? If you're at least looking into acquiring it, the answer is, you know, that's impressive. And You know, here's a really good example again. That's really, really good. Is 750 enough now, Chocks? So when you say 235, 250 for Claymore, no, that's not enough. And is 750 at that stage where we can ask and look into it? I mean, look, I'm definitely giving it food for thought, Chocks. But, what about Darksiders? What about Kingdom Hearts? What about this? We only have so much bandwidth, and we have to and what's if I'm going to compare Darksiders versus Dead Space, you go for Dead Space, right? Because it's got more people wanting that. I have to sort of go with what people want, and that's why continually rallying as well. It's also about pulling directions, pulling attentions to where there are. Michelle Kissel, my question for this week. So much been the hype, but where's my bear and bird? Yeah, Banjo is coming on very nicely. Number 2, which is the statue you're most currently proud of regarding the sculpt and overall outcome? The Majora's Mask. Number 3, which statue sold the most of sold the most one
all time.
All time, yeah. Majora's Mask. Do you have any pets? If so, what? If not, is there any that you would like to have? So I have a Shiba Inu, 3 years old, and I plan to get a cat in the next month or so. Because I've never had a cat growing up, and I want to experience it.
That's quick.
Yeah.
They'll bring it to the office.
Yeah, you said about that, having the... Yeah.
Have it on the stream. Let's see during your Q&A with the cat sleep.
Can you imagine all of a sudden I'm like this, and then I chuck the cat on and I start doing a DMX.
We've got a pair of hands, a pair of paws. Huda.
Is it hand number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, or paw number 1 and paw number 2? You have any pets, Chocks?
I used to have a Alsatian.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, a long time ago. It went crazy.
Yeah.
With old age, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I also got a turtle and a couple of goldfish. And a ton of mosquito friends. Romeo Ramos Jr. Number 1, can we expect Robotech in the near future, Chocks? Has there been a massive increase in the is it the 1K yet, Chocks?
It's the one that went meow.
Yeah, is it the 1K? So yeah.
Ooh. 209 votes in total. 43 votes for yes, 166 votes for no.
TT's never died. The answer is not in the near future. Number 2, is there any hope for Final Fantasy VII coming to F4F? Sad face.
Cry baby. I'm just checking out some of these guys. These guys got their own pets.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sweet. Oliver Hutton, congratulations on winning your points as well. Hi guys, what is your relationship with Telltale Games and would you consider a license with them? The answer is 0 relationship. And what license? If you're talking about him, if you're on Ermi's page, can you look up how did
Which one?
Fuck. Is it not Chloe? What's her name?
Oh, you mean
Yeah.
yeah?
Clementine.
Yeah.
69.
69 votes for yes.
Oh, 380.
313 for no.
So 382 votes in total. I'd only consider licenses that people want us to get. 2, do you like playing point and click games like Grim Fandango and Monkey Island? I absolutely do. I was loving them all the time back in the day.
Yeah.
Broken Sword, mate, one of my all-time favorites right now, and I say. But the old school LucasArts stuff, really fell in love with those.
Beneath the Steel Sky.
Beneath the Steel Sky, Fate of Atlantis, The Dig, Full Throttle, Day of the Tentacle, Simon the Sorcerer, A Bard's Tale, all that sort of good stuff, old school. How are we doing for Grim Fandango? Because, you know, that's technically a Disney license.
70 votes for yes, 257 to no, 327 votes in total.
Three, will there ever be a point when you can use a material equally as good as the one you use for current pre-orders for a super price? For current statues for a cheaper price? Not unless they invent new materials to do it. Have you ever visited Australia? Yep. Is a great place with amazing cities and cool landmarks. I totally agree. I mean, I was young at the time. I'd love to go back again. Sydney, Adelaide are the two places. No, Sydney, Adelaide, and Melbourne. Yeah, those three places. No, just Melbourne and Adelaide. Not Sydney. I don't think I've been to Sydney. Number 5. Have I been to Sydney? I might have been. When was the... I don't think I've seen the Opera House. Maybe I went before the Opera House was built. I'm not sure. Number 5. How do you choose the factories you use to make your figures? I mean, look, I have a team now who... It's really small. We know everybody who's making what where. We know that sort of stuff. Well, they know that. It's really, really small. Industry to find that information out. And then we choose the ones that have the right quality for the right price, for the right speed, for all that sort of stuff. A plethora of different reasons go into choosing in the factory for the particular product. Number 6. Over to you, Chocks.
Number 6.
No, Oliver.
Oliver. Would you consider doing a core line dedicated to Red Bull in your obsession with it? Wow.
Hit them up, hit you up, yeah?
I mean,
hit you up.
The Red Bull guys have their own merchandise, their official stuff. So, you know, we'll have to see. I mean, that'd be interesting. You know, some of those different out of our kind of areas. That'd be quite interesting, right? Like a mixture of, you know, different merchandise, different branding. Yeah, that'd be quite cool, actually.
Adam, have you made any changes to Phoenix Wright since initial development, such as fixing the head sculpt, i.e. should be facing where he's pointing? The answer is no. Yeah, I mean, we've done quite a few changes to that over the years. Number 2, have you considered selling some of your products through GameStop? I think you would get greater exposure here in the West if you did. You know, you don't just consider selling there. There are, you know, it is a cutthroat business in terms of the business side of things. Perhaps I shouldn't go into too much detail, but you know, there are tons of things such as that's probably not as obvious. Credit ratings, terms of when you get paid. Even if you have the contacts to sell there, there's no direct relationship at the moment. You know, it's usually done through a buying agent, and it's something we're not really geared up to. It's like you have to deliver X amount of product by a certain time, and there's loads of penalties if you don't deliver in time. And we didn't sell all, you know, we didn't sell them all in the right time. You need to take them all back, and huge amounts of risk involved with that. So it's, you know, of course it gets more exposure, but you know, it's not as simple as that. You mentioned Crash with his jetpack is one of the next figures in the Crash line. How about Crash on his motorcycle with a bazooka? Well, you know, let's see how that goes. But that wouldn't be, you know, that would really need to be further down the line, if at all. 4. I said it before, I'll say it again. FLCL is getting 2 new seasons this year. How about showing some love to a severely underserved underserved series. There's almost 0 merchandise for the series, and it's a serious crime for such a good anime. Is that right? I thought I've seen stuff for that.
Hey, you know what? We can slap that down on the TT list. Right? Fully coolly. Fully coolly. Hey, what are you looking at?
Are they not?
What?
No?
Don't think so.
No? Well, I'm thinking of something else.
I don't think so.
Alright. Well, TT. What am I thinking of? Oh, hold on.
Halfway through the TT, right? Are we halfway through the TT, guys?
Oh, I'm thinking of that.
Oh my god, what is... Wrong with you guys? All these questions that keep coming in.
What?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna cane through this now. Here we go.
You guys want to break the record, right?
Randy Gerards. Any news for Blue Form Bidna? Yes, it's now been pushed back another day, so that's a week and 1 day so far. Douglas Britton comment, Troy Blair. So we got the devastating news that the pre-order won't be for 10 months to a year for Rider Link, with this mysterious fourth figure that's been talked about over several weeks and months, and a third pre-order saying it too. The answer is there is no news and or any updates on that. Do you plan on having True Form Bidna out in the world before Rider Link is up for pre-order? No idea on all of that sort of stuff. That's way too far in the future. You know, you can plan to have that, but the factories and the realities are very, very different. Plus, 1 week and 2 days now. Do you think 2019 will be the year that you'll start to get looking into other Zelda lines, or do you think Breath of the Wild will still have to be the focus? I will have more information on that after Vegas. Dean McDonald, with polls always pushing for 500 plus votes, is this the number more or less depending on the character? For example, Shantae would likely have a far cheaper license, and therefore I know Shovel Knight will still be even profitable with even a smaller edition size. Both being indies, the answer is you know, the licensing and the initial fee in the MG is a smaller part overall, but it's not just that, it's a opportunity cost. It's not just the overall cost of making it, it's the cost of not making something else is the issue. William Jamel Emmanuel, when a statue is damaged and replacement parts are shipped, are those replacements coming from a cancelled order and in turn reducing the weight numbers of waitlist conversions, or those replacements set aside completely separate from the production run? They're separate from the production run. They do not have a number against it. Sarahid Juarez, and then if we run out of replacements, then we start looking at what the overall scenario is. Sarahid Juarez, hello. Would you consider reworking the Shenmue poll for another Rio statue to make the options not as diverse, meaning that you get rid of those poll choices? You know, possibly. Possibly. You know, is that the reason? I mean, is that the reason why Ica did so badly as well? You know, in the recent poll, because there was too many choices. I don't know.
Sorry, Mark De Jong. F4F AOTT means Attack on Titan.
No, it doesn't. It means Attack on TT.
Sorry.
Right, Max on Temptation Thursdays.
Right. Attack on Temptation Thursday. So, you know, next week's hashtag is Attack on Titan. That's right, Mike. We did touch on the topic of Shenmue earlier in the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Denise Kim, now that you're making 75 more silvers, does that mean people on the wait list need to wait till these 75 are made? Are you starting to make these 75 from scratch? Will this take long? The answer is there are going to be people getting the wait list from cancelled orders already. So I'm not sure whereabouts on the list there are. I don't know. Probably already all of those people will get converted. We're going to make them for stock for later on. And they will be made from scratch. Will it take a long time? I mean, not as long as if it was before, but, you know, relatively long. The answer is yes. Cedric Bardot, this is not a question, but a suggestion. Before Guts launch, you said that the shipping would be huge and it is just 105, at least for EU. I find it quite affordable considering that it will be shipped in 2 boxes. So maybe you should stop saying things like that. Well, other people think it's really expensive.
Yeah, I get guys hitting me up every so often saying, hey, could you lower that shipping from $45? Right? You know, and I'm assuming, you know, they're obviously US and EU guys, and you know, I have to explain it to them. Hey, you know, it's like, you know, the weight, the size, it's not your typical PVC, and you know, we don't profit from the shipping costs. It's set by the couriers. You know, we try and be very low, and you know, obviously we don't have any custom fees and taxes on top of those. So you know, like, you know, I have to explain that. Then they understand that 45 is relatively very low for what you get.
Yeah.
So, but you know, it's like expensive to one person is cheap to another, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And also depending on the location as well.
Yeah, locations, right? Yeah. I mean, like 45, 105 might be cheap for you, but some other region they get charged like $200-300, and you know, sometimes it's just trying to find the right balance, and we keep fighting for those low prices for you guys. But at the same time, we don't want to go for the cheapest option because, like, hey, the cheapest option might not be the best service.
Right. Number 1, do you think Kiryu will launch before Yakuza Kiwami 2 is out? The answer is nope. 2, I'd like to ask a few questions about your ideal rock statue. Dynamic or museum pose? The rock was already made and he's raising his arm like that. If you smell what a rock is cooking.
That's right, Cedric. At least for EU, yeah. Cool.
Do you still plan to offer an F4F card holder to people who attend Gamescom? If so, you should set the password like Chocks licked it and he liked it, or what's a bayonet? Yeah, that's a good point. We've got to sort this out, haven't we, with the card holders and stuff. Well, the whole thing about, you know, that whole thing, yeah, yeah. Got to figure that out and what that all means, because that's going to be really tough. It's not just Andreas' side; it's our side as well. Figuring out what we're going to do, what we're going to buy to get it done as well. Mark Johnston, Banjo, how's that 50k reveal coming? We don't even know what it is yet.
Ask Jake.
Yeah, he knows.
He knows.
He just deciphered it.
Yeah.
Randy Gerards, are you going to tell us the reason that caused, the period delay? After the fact. Cedric Bardot, having a hard time seeing how you could do a dynamic post of Skull Knight. Could you please describe it in 1,000 words? Well, a picture is worth 1,000 words. I'll see where you go. Number 5, or maybe you could save yourself some trouble and give us something equivalent, but would be worth 1,000 first, maybe a sneak peek, etc., etc. You know, absolutely, mate. Not just yet. I need to get further down that line. For both of you, what's the biggest secret that you're keeping? I mean, there are some. We've got some nice things coming down the pipeline.
Oh, you're talking about work, right?
Speaking of which, I've not been keeping my eye on this. Just to let you know, Chocks, I've not been had a chance to look over here.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Yeah, I've not had a chance to look over here. Just to let you know, I've not had a chance to look over here.
Okay.
If you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Number 7, you said red or black had a guaranteed winner, but what if you decided to only give points depending on their good guesses? For example, 5 right out of 10 will give you 250, 500 more points, etc., etc. 10 out of 10 will allow you to lick Chuckles' tears. 8,000 more points. Red black is it's too slow. It's too slow. It's not as engaging. Like just listing out what you want to done, it's kind of like, you know, kind of like takes it away, the sort of anticipation of whether or not you've won it or not. Randy Gerards, what's the current sneak? With the current sneaks and announcements for each piece, is it possible that there will be some pieces that will be revealed as a sudden surprise? The answer is, you know, we're finally coming out of the curse of NYCC 6 months to the date, meaning that I mean, the answer to that is no in terms of surprises, yes in terms of not knowing what they look like. You know, for the last 6 months, you know what Ornstein looks like. You know what Artorias SE looked like. You knew what Alucard looked like. And
yeah, and back then during the show, we did say, yeah, what you saw at the show were kind of going up for pre-orders from the latter half of 2017 and Q1 of 2018. Right now we're in Q2.
Yeah.
We kind of done
quite a lot of it, yeah, and that's fine.
A good, what, 70%, 80% of everything?
Yeah, there's Crystal Dragon, Slayer SD, and Onion Bro Plush, I believe, and Zero. The only ones,
gone for pre-order.
Yeah. But what I would say to that, which is quite good getting through all of that.
Yeah.
What I would say is, what I would say about that is, will you get completely new statues dropping for pre-orders? Never, ever, ever. This is a slow cook process. It's really, really a slow cook process that needs to show you over time, because people need to save for them. There are no more of these cheap ones anymore, so you need more time to prepare for it. So you will know that they're coming, but you will not know what they look like as much as you did before, which is allowing for us to sneak peek and tee-hee. I'm having so much fun with, like, you know, things like that, because they don't know. And
one thing I want to add, when you do that, when you say, hey guys, something's going to come up, let's say Nito, right? Nito, we've shown that a fair few months before, right? And we kind of, people say, hey, when's this going to come up for pre-order? And we kind of like, okay, maybe around about Christmas time, Q4 2018, right? So people are saying, oh, so it's 1 year's time. That's fine. When you look at it, it sounds like 1 year. That's 1 year for the pre-order. And then you got to think about how many days, how many months in production, right? So
another year.
On top of that. So it's like 2 years from that day when Alex said, hey, Prepare yourself, guys. Nito's going to be that big, that expensive. So it's like kind of like 1 + 1 is 2.
Quick maths. That's exactly what.
Right? So there you go, guys. So when we say that, you know, when Alex says, you know, what did you say the other day? Or was it today?
Rider link.
Rider link, yeah.
As an example, right?
As an example, yeah.
You know, so in terms of, will you know what they look like? The answer is no, and I'm really happy about that because it's been really tough for the last 6 months, at least in terms of trying to keep people engaged with regards to, you know, people. How much speculation was there over Midna, over just Jake going, hey, it's going to be Midna next week? Like, we had totally no idea, right? Or like tomorrow, etc. And a lot of speculation. People don't even know what she's going to look like. People don't know what the base is going to look like. People don't know what this is going to look like. And there's speculation, and there's conversations, and there's engagement, and it's great. That was missing for the last 6 months. And like, oh, the OCC is boring now. There's no spark. There's no secret ingredient. I'm like,
it's dead.
You know, there's one active member. You know, all that sort of stuff. And the reason is because we showed so many cards at New York Comic Con. It was Christmas for 24 hours. It was the best feeling ever. But fuck me, we paid for that. Finally, we're paying for it. Almost done. I say paid for it in terms of the club, and you there, you know, and then the, you know, and that was the point. A lot of people get bored by the stagnant. Oh, is this someone's new product? And oh, you know, the sort of the routine of it.
The internet, right? News gets old very quickly.
So the point is, the whole idea of seeing other people's personalities and discussing things can be about speculation. What's the price going to be? I mean, you can do that now, but what I mean is it's sort of like, what's the pose going to be? What's it going to be like that? All that sort of speculation. You couldn't do that on products that we've already shown at NYCC, and that's the point.
It'd be quite interesting to find out in the club who's the best predictor. Like, who's good at prediction? You know, like when you predict the World Cup, and they always ask these famous predictors.
Yes, Hobie, have to do that.
Yeah, they ask these famous people to predict the outcome.
All right, and then
I wonder who's like you know, sidekick in the club.
Petulia.
Yeah?
I rate Alex, he knows what's up.
Yeah?
Yeah. He's got, he comes with the name, but...
That's right, a fortune teller, that's the word, Randy. Yeah.
The beard! What is up, the beard? We haven't seen Onion Bro Plush since NYCC. Any updates on him? Alex, we might see him for the PO. No updates for now. 2. It's been a long time since we heard anything about Shivanuri. Are you holding back with more sneak peeks of him until Okami HD comes out for the Switch? No, not necessarily, but I like how you said him. Triggered. She, her, him, her. Triggered. 3. Since Kingdom Hearts license wouldn't include the majority of classic Disney movie characters that appear within the movie, would you consider going after the licenses for recurring Disney characters that appear within Kingdom Hearts games and then just make statues of those characters in the same scale as the Kingdom Hearts characters? That way, it sort of be Kingdom Hearts and no. They come from other licenses, i.e. Aladdin, Lion King, Nightmare Before Christmas, etc., etc. I think that's a great idea. But aren't they already in there, but it's in their own skins? And the answer is, do they not have their default costumes already in there, if that makes sense?
Edited that question. There's only 3 questions.
No. I says here, edited, number 1. Yeah. For Chocks, go.
Oh, I have to refresh it. Oh, there it is. With all the excitement regarding Disney this week, the F4F world needs to know, if you could marry one Disney princess, Leia doesn't count, who would it be? Wow. The rest will all be my girlfriends.
Yeah, but who would you marry?
Ah, wow. Who says yes first?
Are you going to PM them all at the same time?
Yeah.
Group chat.
Yeah, first come, first serve, right?
Numbers
Yeah,
come
I'm
out.
not being picky, man. I'm not picky. First come, first serve. The rest are girlfriends. Hope that answers your dabs.
Randy Gerards, you're halfway through. What if you're halfway through the statue and your license expires? Has it ever happened to you? Yep. There's been even worse things than that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Trust me, Randy. There's been some more catastrophic things for that. Maybe in a diary. It may be in a biography one day. Yeah. Autobiography, I should say it. Randy Gerards, is it possible to have resin in a different ground color so that it's, in case somebody chips off, it's sort of painted? Absolutely. Tasha Workman, when is Spyro statue shipping out? Well, we're at the middle of the production now, so maybe a couple of months. Justin Kennedy, you previously said that production runs have usually been smaller than the announced edition size, so compensate the 30% less. Yes, right. Was the announced edition size of regular Link on Epona all made, or did you make 1,750 to 2,000? Good question. I don't recall. There was a time when we had a distributor that would literally buy everything we made. Then they did a downturn. I can't remember for Link on Epona. It was around about that time when they stopped doing that. I can't, for sure. I don't know. If not, would you complete the edition size at the same price? Yeah. And please. Well, I can tell you we didn't make all the gravity suits. I think we only made 170 out of 250 off the top of my head. Should we make all of those? Should we make the remaining of those, Chocks? Sell them for the $100? That's what they went out for. $99.99.
Same price as it was before.
Yeah. How about that, guys? Would you like that? Let me know in the comments. Was that, Chocks? First come, first served, yeah? Like your Disney princesses. Lady Bucci, do you remember when I asked you what happens if you use a $200 coupon code and the final balance is 100, it messes up the system? And you divide the remaining amount in the months. The answer is no, we can't do that because FlexiPay is fixed amount. That's the point. It is fixed. We have no ability to make it tailored to a person. So if a person's total changes, we cannot change the amount we take because the payment per month is fixed. That's the problem. The moment that we can make it from a generic overall plan that people sign up to a plan that's specific to you is the moment that we can get that to sort out. Mark Johnson will snake ship before Bowser, most likely. Arani Gerard's, because it's so thin, is gut sword holder thingy made of metal chains instead of resin? Absolutely. Stephen Banjo Miller, how's guts numbers going? Oh, we need to talk about that. Thank you for reminding us. We will do that at the end. Yasmin, so the guts numbering will be shared between bloody version and non-bloody normal and exclusive variants, with the lowest number available be 4, because for example you will get one. Oh no. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. No, I will get two number ones. I will get 4 number ones. I'll get the exclusive, all 4 SKUs. So it's not like, because they're all pulled together. What I mean by that is you can have doubles of a single number. So let's say Chocks he ordered exclusive. It's not a combo pack, which is fair enough, right? But for me, the answer is 3 is the ones that it would start from. Lisa Shuren, any updates on the Crystal Dragon and any spy related statue after that? The answer is submitted Crystal's Dragon this week. Fingers crossed on that, and nothing else to update. Michael Bohenek. Even though classic Amy TT did not do well, is it possible to rally fans during times like fun days? Of course, TTs never die. Rally, you can always RTF on the actual TT post itself, anytime, whenever you want, and also rally, of course, separately on fun day. Updates on the following, please. Alphonse submitted to licensor. Shiranui on the home stretch. Onion Bro plush. Nothing to report. They need to sort of get to that point of production. Crystal Dragon submitted for approval. I know we're supposed to be seeing Wartstar Kirby, what's going on there, being queued up to be painted. Jake Mayer, not sure if someone's already asked, so feel free to skip, but you recently made a poll asking about making PVCs along with resins with just different scales to increase viability. Can you elaborate on this a bit? I sort of did that a little bit earlier on the stream. Let me know if there's anything that is not clear about that. Alessio Bucci, is there any Varia suits being painted? Any complete ones? Nope and nope. How's the Artie doing? Almost, on the home stretch for completion. Rachel Colley, even though you were talking about it in the stream, I need to ask. I asked this on a poll, but I didn't get an answer. Now that Disney pieces are being considered, can we suggest them on Fun Day? Yes, you can. You can rally. Absolutely, great idea. Admins, please allow anything Disney to be rallied accordingly. Tobias Benz, what is max degrees Celsius for a statue on display without getting damage or bending? My statue gets up to 26 degrees in the summer. 26 degrees in the summer is absolutely fine. And Anna say, hey Alex, how come you said no to a Epona variant on Link Rider Link? Because it's an additional content when you made a resin and PVC of the DLC character Artorias. Sorry, they are different licensors. Greg Michalowski, because Artorias is like, you know, they're a complete. That's a different sort of scenario. DLC versus an amiibo variant. All I can say is back in the day we knew about Rider Link before the game came out. We knew a lot about Breath of the Wild before the game came out because, you know, we developed Link when the game came out. When the game came out. And we were told that Epona is not in the game. And therefore that's how we continue to develop it for it. Whether or not we paint it in a way that it looks like Epona, brown, white on the hooves, you know, white on the muzzle, maybe. Will it actually be, you know, with the sorry, what's the word? Shit. Fuck. What do they call it? The saddle and the shit. What's it called? Horse coats. It's like the saddle and it's like the bridle. Is it? What is it? The equipment. Saddles and bridles. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. The answer is that won't be changing.
Yeah, bridle.
But, you know, in terms of colouring it, you know, we'll see what we can, you know, we can certainly suggest, and I'll be discussing with Nintendo. If we can paint it in that certain way, will we call it Epona? The answer is very unlikely. Greg Michalowski Jr. Hey guys, what's up? You know I'm a huge fan of Mega Man, so I'm anxiously awaiting Zero. Much appreciated. I will be buying Red and Black, I appreciate that, but I'm quite concerned that we saved this piece a year ago and he's still not for pre-order, and it always seems to get pushed back. Last week we found out he's now being pushed back again for 4 months, even though he's finished. Is there a reason? Yeah, of course there is. Because why would you want to do it now? That would be the most craziest thing to do.
Hold on. I guess, because on mine, because once I refreshed it, he edited that post about 36 minutes ago. Yeah, but the top bit is more CS stuff. Hey Greg, I noticed you sent me a PM with regards to you accidentally cancelling your Shovel Knight, etc. I need to go back and look at that message, alright? So I'll look into that later, okay?
You know, Greg, you obviously know what's up. Why would we want to do it at the same time? Is there any reason to do it? We have a plethora of things that we can release at any given time. Why would we want to do it at the same time? So the answer to your question is just common business sense. That's the answer to that. Hopefully that makes sense. It's something to do with momentum. I do have confidence-ish. Let's see how that goes. But, you know, there's no point in pushing it at the wrong time. Why not try and give it the best chance it has? If that means waiting a couple of months to give it a better chance, surely that's better. Any chance for an Ultimate Edition for Phoenix Wright, Courtroom Base, Evidence Swap Outs? You know, maybe. I don't know. It's kind of like Ultimates are more like for future things, and that's been around for a while. You know, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Scott Free, any chance for an alternative color for Rider Link doing a Dark Rider Link variant combo? Has it got different clothes? It's quite a nice idea. Do I have to modify anything? Is it just a paint repaint? I mean, I'm looking at different bridles and girdle and thingy-bobs here. It might be an issue. No, say, if you ever did a replica weapons for prop lines, would it have problems with customs worldwide? Europe. Like, if you try and get like a sword into Holland or replica weapon, like a gun, good luck with that. Some places are a bit more, you know, more lax about it. America. But, you know, there are definitely difficulties and issues for that as well. Nick Teeves. Yo, a few questions. Who is next after Psycho Mantis, Grey Fox? 2. Since you have the rare license, is it possible to do a Golden Eye, and would you consider it, or would that require more channels to go through it? The answer is nope. They are not related. They were a licensee from MGM, assuming that's correct. So the answer is, how would you, the answer is probably, I mean, to be honest with you, I haven't looked into it, and I'm not sure that, you know, it would be really something that would do well. Number 3, any hint on who the 4th Berserk character is? Knowing would be very, very much. Even if say if it's a boy or girl, demon, etc. No, nothing for now. Brendan, when will we get updated visuals on Guts and the blood color? Yes, of course. Mikael Pilot, good evening to both of you. I thought I was almost away with it, but he's given me 7 questions. Never change, never change. Number 1. We all know that resin is F4F's bread and butter, but that PVC is a nice sideline. Is there another branch of business for F4F, or is it strictly related to statues? No, I want to get into plush. 2, not so much a question, but something I want to express to the club. Good job to all the MHA fans rallying and shouting in there. You had me start the anime, and I must say, even though I'm not even to episode 10, I must say it's pretty damn good. So congrats, you got yourself a new hero. Nice one, guys. 3, just to make sure that I get that right, you sent an Alphonse prototype painted to Japan. No, I sent it to America, and I'm sending it tomorrow. They will then review it in America, and then they will send it to Japan. And if they approve it, we can then go to pre-orders and then production. How long do you think it will take to approve him? Je ne sais pas. It is the first time to do anything with that licensor. Number 4, have you ever played Golden Sun? I have not. Have you ever looked at the series a bit? I have. In the uncertain case that you would pursue the license, and then the uncertain case that you would obtain the license, would you start with the main character or Jijins or even a mixture of both? You know, if it was something like that, I would ask the fans what they would want to see. Depending on how the line does, and you begin investigating the idea of having LSB Alphonse or even just his head, since it would be pretty big on its own. Don't lie, I'm sure you prefer a life-size bust. The answer to that is, you know, RTF. That's something, you know, when Alphonse goes up for pre-order, you have 2 weeks to rally for everything FMA, and I'm expecting you to lead the charge on that. Mikael, do not let me down. 6, how many different revisions were made to Alphonse since you first meet him? Quite a few, and more painfully at the physical stage. 7, I'm sure people are excited for those card holders as they are to any new reveal. Are you keeping the group hyped about those the same way you are with statues? Anything to share on those? No, we're just lazy as hell. We've just not looked into it. Sorry, guys. Ryan Byrne, has there ever been a license that you've been granted and you know it will generate some serious order numbers, but you've not gone ahead for whatever reasons? No. I've not been granted a license that we knew would do well and then we didn't do it. We've been granted licenses that we've actually then not done anything with it. For whatever reasons.
Turning down something that's...
No, we've actually paid for a license and done it. You know, this... Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Paid for.
Hell yeah. But that is life. MAD, missed the answer about Darksiders earlier. However, is there a way we can help to create some hype to persuade the licensor to our cause? They don't need to sway the license to the cause, they just need to reply to my email, and I don't, you know, I sent a follow-up email, any news, and then I didn't get any email. I was like, you know. Getting more votes on the polls must help. You know, it does. Certainly, what is it, 600, 600, those numbers aren't good enough anymore, to be frank. They're just not good enough anymore. And that's just the sign of the times, as more and more things get rallied higher and higher. By the time we sort of sit down and try to figure out what the deal is, and people might get upset about that, I'm sure they will. It's just, there's too many things pulling us in. We can't do everything out there. And we have to therefore be specific about what we do. Brenton Freedley, you said you would announce next week's reservation period. What is it? Did we say that? I think we did say that we would do that.
What?
If we're going to announce it, it will be at the end of the stream. Brennan Rostello, we know Teehees will be going up for PO next week. Will Teehee follow 2 weeks later? If everything goes smoothly, Teehee will follow Teehee. Mikhail Pollard, one of the last few comments had me thinking of a last thing. 8 for the XFL fonts without telling us much because you wouldn't want us scolded, right? I know the base is going to be different, but is there going to be something else included, extra art prints? Not going to go into that. Number 9, still waiting on that YouTube video of Alphonse accidentally leak out. JC, do not leak that out. Dennis Keep, Alex, bring those t-shirts and hoodies to Gamescom and sell them. I'll buy them for sure. Much appreciated. We will do just that. Don't forget the PVC special Gamescom editions. We will do that, and we will make a sleeve for that and call it Gamescom, right?
We call it Gamescom?
I mean, like com. Oh, we can actually put Gamescom like a sticker on that, as well as it being like a com. But like,
well, we would call it collector's edition.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, collector's edition, but also
maybe a sticker.
Yeah, specific to the show. Just to sort of be nice about it being at that show. We'll
be quick about it. If we're gonna start making for it.
Stickers we can turn out pretty quickly. Like a nice holographic.
Someone's gonna stick it on it.
Us at the show.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're gonna sell millions of these.
Yeah, right.
I don't mind if you. I don't.
And also, you can't do that at the factory.
I'll lick it and stick it.
You can't do that at the bloody. You can't do that at the factory. Are you kidding me? Because let's say you stick it on 20,000, you sell 5. Good luck at unsticking them, mate. Right?
Stick it yourself, guys. Give you a sticker. Stick it.
No, that's what we do it. We'll do it at the thingy, Bob.
Yeah.
We'll do it. Yeah, for sure.
It's like.
You're not doing air bubbles yet.
Yeah. Tell us where you want it to. Tell us where you want us to stick it.
Where the sun don't shine.
All right.
Vincent Winter, stop now, please. Who that time? You're right. Rachel. Oh, guys, let us know in the comments. What do you think about that 4-minute open points thing? Did you guys like that? What I did last week? 4 minutes of open redemption of points. What do you think of that for the feeding frenzy? Rachel Colley, also, if Kingdom Hearts does happen, would you need to go get the Square Enix line as well, or is it just Disney? Just Disney. Vincent Windish, cheers. Chocks is dead, I believe. Are you feeling a bit tired? Yeah, he's watching you.
No, I'm alright. I'm alright, Mark.
Shane Gorsk, hey yo, Alex. We getting a Foes Bronze Rider link? And the answer is no Vincent. Chance am I going. Any details on that at this time? MAD, can we know who the licensor of Darksiders? It must be THQ Nordic. It is. Would love to tweet them and to answer their damn emails. Okay. Any news on the F4F card holders? Nope, nothing to mention about that for now. Sorry about that, Tristan. We have been lazy about that. Not lazy, just sidetrack, Chocks. I think is the word.
Sidetrack, yes.
That's probably the word to say.
Yes.
Boom. They liked the 4 minutes was great. Open points was awesome like that. It was cool. I didn't get any notification until 80 minutes. Hey, yeah. Like that system. I'm tired of getting snubbed because Facebook didn't load your message and they're all gone less than 30 seconds. All right, maybe we'll try it again. All right. Who dat, guys?
Done. Questions done. And after the who dat, I want to do a little shout out.
Of course.
Yes, a little shout out.
And
of course.
Yeah, that.
That, of course.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
You still want me to do that?
What? Look at my face. High expectations, Chocks had. Super high expectations.
Wow.
I was sold that at the time. Oh yeah, we got this, we got that, we got this, we got that. I'm like, yeah. Well, they kind of, yeah. God. You know, right? Agreed.
Everyone with the tests.
Oh, good. Yeah. Please
guys,
do that.
We're gonna make sure that. Well, we will make sure that we will go by what we see on the screen. So the little comment section that you see on there, that's exactly what we see on the screen. So we're not trying to cheat the system. You know, it is what it is, and we can't control the internet, etc. So, guys, sorry if you think you've got your answer incorrectly or first, but we end up mentioning somebody else. Then apologies for that. But it is what it is. Oh, looks like everyone knows how to play the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Let me see. Last week's episode 66 players were Mark, Andre, and Junior Guzman. Both did not win any points.
Denied.
Alex, refresh the chat. Would that make
Okay.
a difference?
Maybe.
All right.
I'll try that just
If
before
you're
we do that.
superstitious, we'll refresh it for
Yeah,
you.
yeah, we'll
Victor.
do that just before that. Before I start showing it, I will refresh it. If I actually bloody choose something. Any suggestions, Chocks? I should just choose one.
I don't even know who were some of those.
Yeah. Isn't that?
What?
Isn't that? That might be that.
Really?
Yeah.
Does it not say there?
Must be him.
Is it?
Oh, maybe not.
That just looks like some random
Yeah,
stuff.
right, fuck that. Better not do that. Sorry, guys. This is a bit longer than expected. You guys are getting too good at this. Should just do something quite easy because you've got something else to do before
Yeah.
afterwards.
That one,
alright?
that one, that one, that one, that one.
That one?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Alright, okay, cool. Do you know the name?
No.
You know what it's from?
Yeah. Let me search.
Okay, let's do it.
This one, y'all.
Yeah, name?
That one, is it?
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah.
Are we-
I guess
are
so.
we- are we
Type it in.
agree, yeah?
There you go.
All right.
But is there other?
What?
One second. Let's make sure this. 1 second.
It is. Look.
Hold on. It's like saying.
Ah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Well, it's like that. Look.
Okay. All right.
It better not be.
Do you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
saying.
I know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
AKA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
American Kickboxing Academy. you into MMA as well, mate? All right, let's do this.
Where is he?
I'm pretty sure. Keep going. It's gonna have a different name. I'm pretty sure.
Like that.
A little bit concerned. All right, guys. Look, we're just gonna do it. We'll
We're
see.
gonna do it, man. Just hope you guys get it right. You want
Yeah.
the main name of this character.
All right, guys. I'm gonna refresh this.
Ain't your mum, Richard?
All right, guys. Here we go.
Good luck, guys. We just refreshed the comments.
In 3, 2, 1. Who dat? It's been dodgy.
Yeah, I know.
That's so obvious.
That's good then.
Yeah, it's good.
Get over and done with.
Yeah, okay, get over and done with.
Let's see, guys. Come on, guys. Let's see your answers. Are we in with the answers?
Who dat?
Damn, watch that reflection.
I know, it's super sharp. Oh, I haven't turned up the screen, that's why.
That's even worse.
Yeah. Who dat? No, it's we can see easier. Who dat? Keep an eye on that.
Two winners will be chosen for the chance to win up to God knows how many points. 8,000 points. 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, 8,000 reward points.
Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Ooh. Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that?
I have nothing so far. A character.
Who that? Who that? Oh, God. Who that? Who that? Who that? So obvious.
Be careful when you do.
Yeah,
when you lift up.
Oh, okay.
When you lift up.
Yeah. Alternatively, don't leave things on John's desk.
What? I see your message, Vincent. It says I wrote but nothing on your side. We haven't seen any of your messages. Come on, guys.
Who that? Who that? Who that?
We don't the name. We want the name. We don't. We want the name. We don't know what. Come on, jump on Google. Quickly type who it is. We want the name. Hey, Greg, I don't see anything else. I want to see is my comments are showing.
You got it? Anybody got it there?
No one's got it right now. No one's got it right now. No one's got it. Want the name? Want the proper name?
Here we go.
The proper name.
Who that? Who that?
It seems like a lot of people might know what it is, but just can't get that character's name. Could it be a he? Could it be a she? Could it be a it? Oh! What?
Come on, Tristan. What have you written?
What were you called 3 times? We haven't seen anything from you. The proper name. The proper name. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. But I'm concerned with this. I'm concerned with this. And I'm concerned with that also being said before as well.
But we said the name.
Yes, but as I said, there are, stage names and thingy-bob names. All right, guys, it is, of course, Violet Parr from The Incredibles, right? Now, is she also known as the Invisible Girl? Is it like Bruce Wayne and Batman? Spoiler alert. I need to be clear on that. Is she just, are you just calling the girl who's invisible, or is it actually her name is Invisible Girl? But isn't that like the Invisible Woman? Because if it's the Invisible Girl, or it's we're thinking Violet Parr, right? Is who it's going to be.
Violet Parr, yeah.
So the person I saw was Larissa say Invisible Girl, and I saw somebody else say it, which just disappeared. So is it?
Well, if you look at it, her other names would be V and Little Miss Disappear.
Right, that's what they say.
Yeah.
So we got Violet from Christina. Oh my god, we're having like the worst time of figuring out who the hell got this right. Oh shit, we have no way to go back and see this.
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't. It's all like we've missed it.
We haven't missed it. We've looked further down.
No, you can't. No, you can't. Because look, it's just way the comments already gone way past that already.
Oh, why did you go all the way back for?
Because we can't know who this is. Can you call her Invisible Girl or like?
I don't think you can call her.
Yeah, it's got to be Violet Parr, right?
Like the Parr family.
Yeah. But does she have like a hero name?
Doesn't seem to think so.
She's not called the Invisible. She's called
called
Violet
Invisible
Parr.
Girl, yeah.
So we have to go with Violet Parr.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not called the Invisible Girl in the movie. Thank you. Right. So then it was. I'm pretty sure I saw James Bennington called the invisible. No, he called it the invisible girl, which doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
Doesn't count. It's violent. Violent. It's violent. I've completely forgotten who was the first two people who said it. So
Can't even go back now.
we're gonna have to go back and analyze forensically and do it next week. Sorry, guys. That was like.
It was fine. It was just call it Violet Pie, the proper name.
Mizrahi, did it appear on our stream? I don't think
Well,
I
there
saw
you go. In fact, people could watch this again,
it. Yeah.
analyze it,
Mm.
and they will see the video exactly who we see, and everyone can agree who it is.
Yeah, sure. I mean, they can do that. They can look at what we see on our screen because it's
Yeah.
already on their screen. They
It's
can see it.
recorded
Yeah.
on that screen.
Yeah.
Ooh, let me see. Mr. Richborn has sent me a picture. Of what? Nah, that's Richard. Richard. You're sending it from your own screen.
Yeah, it's got to be from
It's
our
gonna be
screen.
From our screen. What a disaster.
Sorry about that, guys. It's, yeah, you know, that's on us. We will go over it forensically and we will look into that and we'll get back to you.
Yes.
All right? Sorry about that. All right, guys. Chocks.
Right, come on.
3 hours already.
Shout out. A quick shout out, guys. This is to you guys. Remember a while back we just hold that. Guys, we got this black box, all right? So a while back, we like beginning of the year, we did a lot of voting, right? Remember that, guys? We rallied you guys for vote for like best CEO, best broadcasters, best hosts.
The CEO, I
Yeah.
didn't get shit, mate.
The best of best, yeah, the best of the best
The
of
best of the
everything, yeah.
beast.
And then one particular, obviously we've won a few as well. Obviously, thanks to you guys. There was one other remaining, I believe, right? There's one last one remaining event that we participated. I don't think I've missed anything out. We've got the one from Toy Soul. We've got the one from CV. Right?
Yep.
What else? Not including this one, right? Well, we got one from, yeah. Oh my God, there was quite a lot.
Toy Soul,
CV,
and Poppies.
and Poppies, right?
Yeah.
Poppies, right? Right. And then this one, there was one more. Statue form. You guys remember that? What do we win? 2017 best gaming statue, and boom, finally, this came in the mail.
Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for the support.
Yes.
Let me just move that screen over to bring this back up. You can see it there. Oh, don't reflect too much. Best gaming statue, King of Red Lions, F4F. 2017 Statue Awards. What an honor. Thank you so
Yes.
much for the support, guys. And that will go proudly displayed next to our
King of Red
Lions.
Lions,
And
yes.
we've got a photo of that, Chocks.
Yes,
We're
we're going to
gonna-
follow that, and we're going to make a blog about that,
Much
and we'll
appreciated.
post that out in the club as well, because we put the statue right next to the
What an honor. Thank
the
you so
award.
much, guys. That's really a
so-
reflection of you guys helping us to get that. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah, definitely. So hopefully the first of many. Hopefully,
Fingers crossed.
because it seems like there's been a lot more awareness with regards to gaming statues, right? You see a lot of clubs, forums, they're all kind of like, you get your standard, your best at that scale statue or that kind of theme statue, but it seems like a lot more attention is being paid towards gaming statues. So
Right.
it's quite nice, to be some of those gaming statues to be recognized. So you guys made it happen. So
Thank you so much.
yeah,
Thank you so
for
much.
that. Yeah, definitely. And hopefully by the end of the next year we have something up to represent, because we know a lot of guys were saying that Artorias missed out on the previous year's awards or something like that. So it's nice to, hopefully there'll be a few more Dark Souls, Zelda, any other, even Okami pieces
Yeah.
up for grabs as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So well done to you guys. Right, enough of that. All right, one more shout out.
I need to do this, by the way, yeah?
Well, you gonna do what?
I need to do...
Oh, you gotta do the...
I've got to do...
You gotta do the...
I've got to,
Yeah,
I've
you
got to
do that now, yeah?
Yeah, oh no, what are you shouting out? Yeah, sure, of course. Then I'll follow up with my bit on top of that. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Right. So, guys, I know you guys have been talking about guts. All right, because obviously it's been guts for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I just want to give a quick shout out to Crunchyroll for creating a post, a shout out on their website.
Yeah, much appreciated. Yeah.
Guys, do check it out.
Yeah.
If you're a follower of Crunchyroll, make sure you check out their social media platform. And again, hopefully we can do the same thing with Skull Knight, etc., etc. And yeah,
absolutely.
Thank you very much.
So in terms of the typical normal launch would have been 2 weeks of open pre-orders, close for 2 weeks, and then open for another last chance weekend.
Yeah.
And that's our typical gaming launch.
Yep.
But this is the first of an anime launch, and as a result, we did something slightly different, and with your support you basically allowed us to leave the PO open, the pre-order period open, for as long as we wanted, i.e. before we start production, i.e. we normally fix it at that time, or unless we hit 1,000. And if we hit 1,000 during the first 2 weeks, it continues as if it's a gaming launch, i.e. we take as many orders in those 2 weeks, followed by the break, followed by the last 2 weeks. So it's come to the end of the last 2 weeks, and we are now at the decision where we need to tell you if we're going to keep the pre-orders open or whether or not we are going to close it. And we said that if we do leave it open, there are things that you're going to be able to tell from that. And of course, the fact is that we didn't hit 1,000. And if we do close it, it means that we did. If we do leave it open, we will be giving you, I think, bi-weekly updates on how things are going. In case, let's say, for example, it's 999, and then next week it's 1,000, well, then it gets closed, as an example.
Bi-weekly, that's every 2 weeks.
That's every week. That's every 2 weeks, yeah. So I will just let you know we are not going to be closing pre-orders. They will continue to remain open. And I can tell you we are around about 506, just under 570 for the pool between the between the exclusive bloody and non-bloody. Yeah. Okay. So we will be keeping that open. So thank you very much for giving us that option. And we will, come back every 2 weeks. So there will be no last chance weekend. It will just continue to stay open. So just to give you guys a, heads up on that. So yeah, open until it's very likely that it's not going to get near 1,000. It's very likely that it will stay open up until we go into production where we need to fix those numbers, to give you a heads up. But as I said, we'll be giving you updates every 2 weeks.
2 weeks. So guys, I mean, hopefully, I think you guys know that the new anime is going to come out, around about February 2019, I believe.
Has that been announced?
Well, if you read the Crunchyroll posts.
I did. I don't remember them saying that.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. Check it out. Come on, I didn't randomly pull out a number out of my butt. Yeah. Okay. Just check it out, just to make sure. Maybe I got it incorrectly.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Under Chuckles. Yeah.
And guys, I mean, like, hey, first item in the Berserk line. So hopefully,
and
more
absolutely,
support.
If you can let people know as
Yeah,
well.
Let people know, and then anticipating the fourth line. People anticipate more Berserk products coming up from us. Hopefully, maybe when Skull Knight comes up for pre-order, people will go, "Wow, I love Skull Knight. Wow, now."
You totally read that wrong.
Did I?
Yeah, it's our
that
being coming out in February.
Oh, my bad. So yeah, apparently we are coming out in February 2019. Even though we say quarters, right? But apparently, you know, we are releasing Guts in February 2019. My bad. Sorry, my bad.
I believe. Hold on. Let me reread that because it's kind of. You're right. It's a little bit.
No. Let's get this right. Let's get this right. But as I was saying, Skull Knight. Hopefully, Skull Knight pre-order comes out. I don't know if this does well. If this keeps on tracking well for Guts, let's say 5 months down the line, Skull Knight comes out.
I don't believe it.
And then if Skull Knight comes out, maybe you guys will be interested in picking up Guts as well. So hopefully, this longer pre-order phase will be good for everyone. You know, especially the lines. The anime lines that we have, and hopefully you fans can still keep supporting this.
Absolutely not.
What do you mean absolutely not? I'm just saying keep supporting. You said absolutely not. Jeez.
I'm sorry. I'm just looking at what you've written there. You know about
what they've written there.
No, as in you, as in like
what I perceived there. Yeah.
That's not correct. It's not correct. Because that would be like, oh, we just announced a major new trailer, a major new.
You heard it first for First Fingers. Apologies, Crunchyroll, if I made a cock up there. So, yeah.
Cool. Absolutely. All right. Was there anything else, Chocks?
No, I think you said your numbers. I think we said our piece. I think everyone's about to...
Go to sleep. Battery's running out.
Go out for lunch. So,
all right, guys. Next week will be a Reservation Friday.
Woohoo!
Finally, 3 weeks.
Reservation Friday.
Doesn't it feel like
April 27th?
Boom.
All right.
Boom.
27th. Reservation Friday, episode 68 of Chocks A. 10 p.m. stream, Hong Kong time.
Do you feel, Chocks, that, you know, the 2 weeks is now our new standard, and it's been a 3 week? It feels kind of like slow.
Let's hope we can be consistent on that.
Well, probably not, but you know, at least it kind of feels like we're trying to get there, which is good. You know,
right. So Jim's saying Berserk returns in spring. Spring when?
Are you sure about that? I haven't. No, there's no confirmation of that.
Do you work for Crunchyroll? Do let us know, guy. When is the next Berserk anime coming out?
Crash Resin is up for pre-order again now for its last chance weekend. Okay, so go ahead and we're going to do a post about that in on Facebook, etc., etc. But let us let you know who it is. Or do we just tell them it's going to be Reservation Friday?
What do you mean?
What do we used to do? Did we used to say it's going to be a Reservation Friday?
What are you talking about?
You know when we like say it's going to be a Reservation Friday this week, do we actually tell them who it's going to be? Not always, right? So we can just go, okay guys, it's Reservation Friday.
Yeah, we do. I post it in a newsletter and say, hey, it's Reservation Friday.
But we didn't used to do that.
No.
It's only recently. So if we went back to the old school, it's just, hey guys, it's going to be a preview Friday this week. Who could it be? The speculation, etc., etc. We could do that, or we could, you know, run that little teaser video that we've made especially for this moment. What should we do, Chocks?
What?
Should we just say there's going to be something next week, or should we actually run that little nice trailer that we got nicely made and made?
What the guys?
What do you guys? Would you like to know what it is now, or like to be sort of surprised? You should allow time to rally hype. You're right, Nana say, and that's, you know, part of this, I think, why we're sort of trying to announce it a week in advance, have a little video, etc., etc., that you can share. All right, guys, let's do it.
Do it.
Let's do it. We will see you on the other side. And let me just be clear. Some of you are going to be happy. Some of you are going to be meh. Just be happy. For the guys who are mehing, please be happy for those that are happy with it.
Happy, yeah.
And don't be a Debbie Downer about that. It's not what you want. Okay, I appreciate that.
Your time will come.
Yeah.
All right.
If you're happy for it, that's great. I'm very happy for you as well. And yeah, that's all we can really say. Is that right? So I just want to give you... I will always do that when we do an announcement, because we've had so long of you know, New York Comic Con showing all the cards. It's nice to sort of have to come back to that point to reiterate the point. If this is something you're not interested in, please, you know, be happy for those that are. Okay.
Respect the fans who like it. From
That's
Mr.
right.
Ryan Byrne.
Burn.
Yeah.
Burn it, yeah. All right. We will see you. It's a very, very short video. It's supposed to be just a little teaser. No more than 20, 30 seconds long. Something like that. I don't know about the music. I don't know how loud it is, etc., etc. But we will see you on the other side. Whoops, I missed the last bit at the end, which is like the Okami logo. Whoops, I screwed that up. But boom! Do I need to do it one more time? It's like super short.
The guys, do you want to watch this one more time?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a logo at the end. I kind of missed it up, but boom! Shiranui is coming. Finally, Shiranui is coming.
Yes.
It's just a little bit at the end. Do you want to see it again? I mean,
you guys want to see this again?
I mean, it's literally just. It just goes to the Okami logo. That's sort of it. But I'm not sure whether or not you want to see that.
We'll just wait for some. Well, we'll show it again. We'll show it again once we end the stream. Yeah, we'll show it once more.
Uncle Scabs. What did we just say beforehand?
Yeah, yes. What do we say?
All right, well, anyways, the video will be easy to accessible. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on the Facebook cover, for example. So you're going to see that.
You know, a week in advance. So hopefully that the message will go out there. More fans will come in. The guys that previously purchased Amaterasu, the life-size bust or the quarter-scale statue will come back and enjoy the Okami greatness again.
Absolutely. And Nana say you're making assumptions there that it was this piece. Absolutely, guys. We will be back at it again next week. Of course, it will be the full details, Shiranui price, Shiranui timing, documentary, all that sort of stuff. And we look forward to seeing you next week. Will be Friday Q&A number 68. There will be a feeding frenzy right afterwards. We'll do it 4 minutes open feeding frenzy, and I'll do a countdown like I did with that last time. More information on we'll be in the club, etc., etc. Next week, Friday, we'll be back at it again. Chocks, anything to add? Crash Bandicoot going up for pre-order, going back up to pre-order, etc., etc.
Yeah. Crash, but apart from that, we will be busy with Shiranui this week. So hopefully, it'll be interesting. Pick up the gameplay. I mean, the recent HD release. So hopefully, you guys who haven't played it will go back and pick it up.
Yeah, absolutely. So. Thank you so much for your support, guys. It is Friday Q&A with Chocks A number 67. 20th of April, 2018. As always, guys, couldn't have done it without you. It's been a great view count today, so thank you so much. And, I really appreciate that. Hopefully, you liked that little trailer video, and that those that are happy for Shiranui to be coming out, congrats to you guys. And those that aren't, please be happy for those that are.
Yep,
and
as always.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, Chocks.
Yeah,
anything?
So, I think that's pretty much...
All right, feeding frenzy in 4 minutes ago. Chocks has another one wrapped up.
All right.
Much appreciated, guys. I'm your host, Alex.
And I'm Chocks.
F4F is love.
F4F is life.
I will see you on the next one. Peace.
Laters.